Treva?
Yes,
I'm giving you a call because it looks like you filled out some information on our website.
but I can't talk to you right now at this moment.
Oh, gotcha. You need to get her to make a decision as quickly as possible, right? And do whatever you can outside of like obviously overpaying for the property to get her to sign.
Get it to the shop, get it running again, get it out of here. As well, it's not something I want to leave.
Putting you out or anything like that, but at some point we're gonna need to get a few of our contractors into the property just to confirm everything you told us about it.
That is fair, I suppose.
Today, you guys are in for a little treat. On one of my inner circle group calls last week, I told my students to send me their leads. And live on this call, while they all watched, I got a deal all the way from my first ever call with the seller to negotiating the price to the finish line with a signed contract. And I Dwayne Wayne alley-ooped that shit to one of our members, Will, which I won't spoil the whole thing, but it looks more than promising. So grab a pen and paper and take some notes. I know my boys found it very valuable and I'm hoping you guys will as well. Let's jump right in. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is call the leads, obviously try and get them on the phone. I'll be comping and like looking at the properties as I'm talking to the owners. And then after the phone call, we will discuss how it went, what I did good, anything like that. And yeah, we'll call back, we'll make offers, we'll analyze the deals together, talk about them, everything like that. Should be a good time. Homas are mothers. Mabel needs some work, lives there. Ooh, what a beautiful looking lead. Yeah, we like that.
So this was like a full process call. Wasn't ready to sign today or in the future because she promised she would listen to a couple other companies she'd reached out to previously. And she wouldn't be ready to sign anything until she at least heard out those guys' offers because I guess she promised that she would at least hear them out.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm gonna call it just as a completely different company. By the way, anything that I like have any conversations, if we do get something under contract, I'm just gonna use my own stuff and I'll just assign it to you right away for whatever price. And then we'll just have to kind of like work the deal in tandem if I talk to her, whatever it is.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, this looks like a beautiful, beautiful looking deal because it's a 1950s house in Dallas, good market. Guys, something I want to say is especially right now, wholesaling is bigger than it's ever been. However, you need to be in good markets. And when I say good markets, I mean populated markets. It's the biggest thing. Makes all the difference. Okay, so let's call Treva up right now. How'd you generate this lead, Will? Was it like cold call, text?
This was a cold call text that was from iSpeed to lead.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hello?
Hello, Treva?
Yes,
Treva, this is Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes. I'm giving you a call because it looks like you filled out some information on our website about possibly selling a property.
but I can't talk to you right now at this moment.
Oh, gotcha. Is there a better time I could give you a call back?
Maybe about an hour and a half.
In about an hour and a half. Okay, perfect.
Okay, all right.
All right, bye-bye. We'll talk to you then. Okay, so Will, let's talk about this because this is like has all the trappings of somebody who's 1,000% gonna sell to a wholesaler. The property was inherited and it was inherited. So it's like, what the fuck? Oh, she's living there, never mind. Needs to sell within 30 days. Will, do we know where she's gonna move to?
She's moving to another place in Dallas. She didn't say where, but it's a local place, so it's not a big move.
Okay, does she already have it figured out? Like she knows exactly where the fuck she's going and when?
She does. She alluded to a partner of hers that she has. They are already planning on moving somewhere, and they just want to put this place behind them and be done with it.
Oh, it was converted into a garage? Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it looks really sketchy. And she even said that it was pretty weird, and she recommends probably putting it back into a garage, so.
Okay. So, I mean, look, here's the thing is with somebody like this, so when it comes to like, getting contracts signed, a lot of the times, just our job as like salespeople is to get people to make a decision, right? And people will try to avoid making a decision a million different types of ways. But one way specifically is being like, oh, I need to get other offers, right? And at that point, we just need to like basically convey to these people, like number one, we're treating them fairly and we're gonna live up to our end of the deal. And there's a couple ways you're gonna be able to do that. Number one is like, I've talked about this, the easiest way to build rapport is just to talk to somebody for a long time. Like the longer you're on the phone with somebody, the more rapport is being built just by the simple nature of you having spent more time with that person. Like in this dynamic of like what we're doing here and like be on the phone with these people, every single minute that they spend on the phone with you is like a vote of confidence from them to you. So like that's really important. So What I recommend is, especially on something like this, Will, where you got it from ISP to lead, like, and did you see like how I opened the phone of just like, hey, like you filled out some information on my website, like she has no idea, like there's no asking like how many times she's done this, right? Where she's filled that, responded to an ad or whatever, where there's gonna be other people on here. And the idea is you need to get her to make a decision as quickly as possible, right? And do whatever you can outside of like obviously overpaying for the property to get her to sign.
Right. I do have a question because I do think this is a good lead. So when we were talking about it, she mentioned that she had an offer a few weeks ago of 209,000, which has to be bullshit. If you underwrite it, there's no way that's real.
Yeah.
And so I did run the word track of, well, it looks like investors are actually paying somewhere around $100,000 for this, between 80 and $100,000. I'm not saying that's what we could offer, but I mean, if I could go get you something like that, what would you say? She was like, well, if I already have a 209,000 one and I still have their number and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of said, I honestly don't see how that could work. Um, but if that's what you feel comfortable with, whatever, I can take this back and get you an offer that you can count on, we can deliver on. Again, we've been doing this a long time and
Yeah.
we're ready to move on this today and get you helped out. And she's like, well, that sounds really good. Let me just, again, she had a funeral up until yesterday. So that's another thing I don't think I wrote down there. She's like, I need to deal with this funeral, but that actually sounds good. Let's just talk next week on Tuesday and we can go from there.
Okay. So pretty good job on like handling that. What I would do is take it like way the other way where you just like act shocked. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, dude, if somebody would have offered me $209,000 for this house, I would have signed an agreement so fast it'd make their head spin.
Okay.
Like
I didn't tell her she
actually,
should have taken it. Yeah. I did not like
no,
that.
go
I wasn't
way
shocked.
hard the other way where you're almost like
Okay.
dismissing it. Like, I mean, like being like, wait, are you serious? Somebody offered you that much for it? Like, oh, okay. Did they actually, like, did you see it in writing? Okay. So, and like this was a legit offer where they put up substantial EMD, like they put up 1% EMD. Like you have to kind of dig yourself a grave there where now you're going to have to do it, but you just make sure that it's the right deal. And no matter what, you're using our contract. You can put up the EMD and fucking cancel the contract. You're getting the EMD back, right? And if also something I don't know if you guys know about this ball knowledge right here, but I'm going to let you in on it. It's not something I talk about like publicly, but on our contract, is there anywhere that says when you're going to submit EMD?
No.
Nah. So, like let's say that you like sent her a contract with 5K EMD and you just didn't submit it. What's going to happen? Like as long as you cancel it during the inspection period, assuming you can't sell it. And once you do have a buyer, you do need to submit it. But like, it doesn't say when you're going to submit it. And all we know is that we have in like this right here, like, okay, I'll go through and show you because this is really valuable, I think, to know. Let me just pull up the contract real quick. Okay. This right here, like I always like joke and I say on TikTok and like Instagram and shit that this right here is like our get out of jail free card. And it kind of is. But this right here is fucking the actual get out of jail free card. Okay? If you guys have not like taken a serious look at this, but basically it's saying that you need to send us a cure notice if we fail to comply with the contract. And a cure notice means that they send us something in writing saying, hey, you didn't do this. So for instance, one way that we cannot comply in the contract is not sending EMD. That would be something they would have to cure us for. Meaning they would have to send us a notice, meaning number one, they would have to call the title company, ask if you submitted the EMD, find out that you didn't, then send you a cure notice, in which event you would have 10 calendar days to remedy that. Meaning you could reach out to a transactional lender, you could reach out to fucking me, I'll put up the EMD for like $1,000 for you or something, like for when you close the deal, like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, just to put that out there. So, but the way you want to handle that is basically back to what I was saying, is when it comes to somebody like this who has an offer that's like obviously fucking fake, is you just have to I go hard the other way. I'm like, holy shit, are you serious? They offered that much for it? Like, dude, if I own this house and somebody offered me that and it was an actual offer, like, hold on, when they offered it to you, was it in writing? Weird. I wonder why they wouldn't have done that. I feel like any legit company would have. And look, I would really talk to them and I would see that when they do make that offer, that they're actually going to put up, a substantial amount of earnest money deposit. You know what that is, right? That's the money they put up to show they're serious about buying the property. Because if they were, they wouldn't just put up like $100, right? Yeah, that'd be really weird, huh? You know what I'm saying? You got to fucking just double that and you build, you sow a seed of doubt in their head and then you water that shit, okay?
Okay. In this situation, do you think I should have made the offer and pushed and said, I can't keep this open for longer than a couple days. I can't guarantee. or was it okay to follow up with her a few days and let her off the phone?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to know without knowing the exact thing. And well, when it comes down to it, man, there's no right answer to it. You know, it's just like it's a crapshoot. Sometimes it would have been better to make the offer, and if you can, you know, get her through to actually sign, then obviously that's going to be best case scenario. Or you could really have shot yourself in the foot because now your cards are on the table if you don't get her to sign, and you know the only thing you've got is like increased price, then you kind of fuck yourself. So it just you know, I wouldn't stress on that thinking of it. It's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Just what's important is that you are on this fucking chick like white on rice, calling her every single day. So she said, hey, call me back in an hour and a half. You 100% need to call her back in an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And the way the angle you want to take on it is you need to go from everything of what do we need to do to get this taken care of from you? Like, you know, what exactly would you want to see, right? If you could wave a magic wand, what is the ideal situation? And basically ask the same thing over and over again of what is your picture perfect thing, right? And for everybody, it's going to be different, right? Maybe for her big thing is like when the actual close date is, or maybe it's that she can stay in the property after she gets the money, or maybe it's that whatever, maybe it is all a number thing. It just depends. And it takes having a long conversation with most people to actually get that out. But basically we have all the information here that the property is going to sell to an investor. And we need to get her to understand that as well if she doesn't already, because the property needs work, right? There was the plumbing issue, there's carpet that's removed, this garage. You need to stress the fact of like, oh yeah, that fucking sucks. Like we got to do some shit about that because what in the hell do we got going on here, right? And then get her to understand that, right? Like, okay, so whoever buys this property is gonna, you know, whether it's an investor, it's me, it's somebody's gonna have to put some work into it, right? You know, and just get her to understand that. And then for any other offers, anything like that, you just need to sow seeds of doubt about everybody else where it's like, dude, you got to work with me. Like, she just needs to be like, holy shit, like this guy Will is so on my side here and helping me out. Like this is big. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, if after you talk to her, you have any questions or anything like that, just shoot me a message. All right. I'm going to be around. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Tyson.
Yeah, no problem, man. Okay. Other Will Wickman. What's up, man? We've got two people here, two properties. I like it. Let me get this pulled up here. So this is in Tennessee, Saudi Daisy. I don't know what Saudi Daisy is. Let me see.
Had an issue just getting anybody on the phone, so they're probably not going to answer, but we'll see.
Oh, really? So have you talked to this person before?
Just in text.
Just in text. So how'd you generate this lead? Oh, it's outside of Chattanooga. Okay.
Wire contact. Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to text, again, something like I've stressed really hard is with all marketing, speed to lead is the most important thing. But when it comes to inbound and text especially, speed to lead is the most important thing. Meaning as soon as they reply to your text, like if you guys watch the videos, you understand that texting on Smarter Contact is an invitation for a phone call, right? All we're trying to do is just get rid of all the people who aren't interested in selling so we don't have to worry about calling them. And then all the people who raise their hand. And they raise their hand by either saying, yes, I'm interested. What's your offer? Or I will sell it for X. And anybody who says one of those things needs to get a call immediately. Like we need to be calling them within 60 seconds of them sending that text, right? And then that is dramatically gonna improve the amount of time that people actually pick up the phone and whatnot. But let's go ahead. Let's try and give this guy a call. Hello, James?
No, not James.
Oh, it looks like my assistant had sent somebody a text at this number about... No, it's just, you know, as investors, oftentimes what we'll do is like, for instance, I'm trying to buy properties around Chattanooga. So I do what's called pulling a list of just every property that's around. And it's kind of like a shotgun approach of I just send everybody a text and I say, hey, would you be interested in getting a cash offer for your place? And again, I had my assistant doing this, and apparently when they texted you, I got some response that was, hey, yeah, I could be interested. So I don't know why that is or what, but.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is how is my name getting attached to something that I have no clue about?
Yeah, it's what it probably is like, how long have you had this phone number?
Forever, since I was,
Really?
I guess it's about 40 years or more.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
weird.
No one had it before because they made this number up for me when I got it.
No kidding.
Long time ago.
Man, well, that's weird. I don't know why that would have been happening.
Okay, I'm just curious as to why my name, my number is getting associated with this particular house on Card Road that is constantly getting phone calls about.
Yeah, well, the property itself probably has some kind of, like, it might be in like pre-foreclosure, it might have been recently inherited, basically something that shows us investors that the person may want to sell it quickly. And that's probably why you're getting so many calls. And then somehow, some mistake, some clerical something somewhere has got your phone attached to it, which must be really annoying.
All right then, yeah.
All right, well, I hope that you're able to get that removed or something and the call stopped.
All right, thanks.
All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
This keeps happening more times than not. The text literally says, yes, I'll sell it. And then I call the people and they act like they've never.
Can you screen share your smart contact with me?
Yeah, I've been running into that a lot as well, Will. What I've been doing is kind of changing my process in Smarter Contact to where I basically wait until I have 2 positive responses until I give the lead a call, because a lot of times I'm running into that as well, where they'll show interest but it's not the right person or something like that.
Go to info on, well, pull up. Okay, this is James Dobson. Yes. Go to info on, no, I'm sorry. Go back to his lead, pull up his card, and then on the right, info. Interesting. You pulled this data from Virtual Flip Leads?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to this list in Virtual Flip Leads.
Shit. What is this? Chattanooga.
Because every single person that we're texting has multiple phone numbers. And I'm wondering if this is a bug in Smarter Contact where the number that they're replying from, basically the system's not catching the right number that they're replying from.
This happens constantly.
Yeah, we've been having the same issue as well.
Yeah, I think it's on here. I'm not sure.
I'm still, or here's, because it's what I want to see here.
Yeah, and I have been looking up properties just to confirm square footage and stuff. So I usually look them up and.
Well, I just want to see what other numbers, or if it has other numbers on there.
Yeah. Where the numbers are. It doesn't even have any.
I'm not. You're still showing the Smarter Contact screen.
Oh, so I gotta share this separate.
Yeah, that's the same boomer shit I'm always on, bro. I swear to God, every single time I'm sharing screen, I just have to show the entire window, or I'm always talking about the wrong damn tab that I got open.
Have it in another browser.
Okay, hold on. I'll use my credits on this. All right, what is this? 10135 Card Road, Saudi Daisy. What a stupid ass name. Okay, save to view. All right, go back to the Smarter Contact, or wait, no, I have the number right here. Okay, so that is phone number 2 on the thing. What the fuck? God damn it. I'm gonna try and call phone number 1. I already saved this shit, dude. Piss me off. I'm gonna try calling phone number 1 here, and let's see if that's what it is.
Maybe that's who texted me back.
Yeah, and again, maybe it was just an issue on something on Smarter Contacts end.
Wouldn't that mean it's another property? Like, yeah, I don't know.
No. You know when you're like setting up the campaign?
If you'll leave me your number, I'll call you back at 10.
Yo, that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Brandon Dodson. If you'll leave me your number, I'll call you back at.
I'm gonna call this third number.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Okay, so it's what I'm thinking. Again, what I'm thinking is happening. And so you know when you're setting up a campaign in Smarter Contact and you upload the list and you have to map the fields where you put, okay, this is first name, last name, street name, whatever, and you go like phone number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
There's probably a bug somewhere in Smarter Contact system that's fucking that up. So the problem is it's hard to like prove, but I mean, it's just so weird. Go click it in the James Dawson thing again. Scroll down, keep scrolling down. Go up. What is, if you open up the thing, not the, up next to his name at the top there, not the thing to add him to the do not call list, but the thing to pop open that window more. Open conversation and then a new tab. Will you click that for me?
Where is that?
To the right? Yep, right there. Okay, that's all it is. All right, never mind. You can close that. I don't know. I'm gonna take, I've got a note of this and I'm gonna message something to Smarter Contact and be like, hey, this is something that I'm seeing. A lot of people are seeing it. Do you know what the issue might be? And let's try and figure that out.
Yeah.
But
every person I talk to has no idea what I'm talking about.
yeah, man, that's weird. That's really weird. Here's the thing that sucks, dude. It doesn't matter what fucking marketing channel you do. Whether we're doing PPC, we're doing Facebook, we're texting, we're doing fucking cold calling. It's like, I'll have a damn transcription of a message, of a full conversation this person had with my virtual assistant, and I'll call them, and they'll be like, nope, that never happened. It's like, well, yeah, dude. Or, you know, it's like, well, you filled out some information on our ad. It's like, no, I didn't. It's like, well, how do I fucking have your phone number, your address, and all those notes about your property then, dipshit? So annoying, man.
Yeah.
All right.
On to the next.
Yep. All right, we're calling Anthony Myers here.
Hello?
Hello, Anthony?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like I was texting somebody at this number about a property on... No fucking way. Same thing?
I'm telling you, it's like every single time. It's mystifying.
Pull up that conversation if you could. The one with Anthony Myers. Go to info. Again, that's the second number on the list, not the first one.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed. Disconnected.
We even talked to support about this, and there's like, I don't know.
What do you mean? What they say?
Said we've never heard of that happening. So it's like, all right, well, it is.
It can't be any of these other numbers that I'm calling because they're fucking landlines. All right, I'm gonna put up a new note and I'm gonna call the fucking CEO of Smart Contact. Give me a sec.
We can do someone else's. We can deal with this later.
Yeah, but I want to figure this out.
Sure.
All right, I'm sending some texts. I'll keep you guys updated on what I find there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, Nate, we got Mr. Kovacs.
Yo. All right. So on this one, I've had two solid conversations with him. Last call we ended off obviously as my offer call, and he was kind of stuck at 300. I added you in school of the pics that he sent me on something on the comp help that I submitted.
Okay.
But he's a landlord. He's got tenants in there that aren't paying. He's in the process.
Are these the tenants in this fucking picture right here with next to the tent?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're not paying, and he's in the process of getting an eviction with them. So I was talking to Blake, and there's really two options, right? We can either buy the house with the tenants or buy it without. My offer I did with the tenants in there at the 242.7, but I didn't really pitch him the idea of buying it with the tenants in there. I just said my offer.
So your offer was 242.7?
242.7, yeah. I held on that one. So him and I are supposed to have a follow-up call today, but I want you to call him to a different company or whatever you want to do to.
Yeah, let's do that. I like this. How'd you generate the lead?
VAs.
Hello, Jim.
Yes.
Jim, this is Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes. It looks like you had spoke with my assistant about possibly selling a property over here on...
Okay.
Have I caught you at a bad time, Jim?
Yeah, I'm here actually. I'm surprised, but getting ready. Gonna come back for the holidays. Yes.
Okay.
Can you call me back?
Yeah. When should I give you a call back?
Well, just play it by ear because I never know what I'll be doing.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a call back in like 15 minutes.
No, I'm heading back to one of my other properties to get set up. To load up the landscaping.
Okay. So probably like a couple hours.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. We'll do, Jim.
All right. Okay.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay, have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
That's my boy.
Yo. All right, man. This is awesome. I fucking love a situation like this, bro. This is great. And this is something that Blake has always done really well. Like presenting two offers. Like basically it's like an impossible option of like, okay, well here, we can either do this, sell it to me without the tenants, or we'll buy it here with the tenants. What do you want to do? And then you just fucking lowball the shit out of my other thing. I was gonna drop it way. I was like, no, we'll do 220 with the tenants. I'll get rid of them. What's up?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then you can really make some moves there. So that's fun. Jesus, dude, what time is it? Ah, fuck. I was gonna say I was hoping that I would, because I really would like to talk to both of these leads. This Treva that was Will's lead, and then also I'd like to call that guy again, man. Fuck, come on, bro. So okay, tell me. So you made the offer with the tenants or without the tenants?
I didn't pitch I just made my offer like I was buying the house, and I talked to him. So basically I asked him, I said, hey, when do you think you're going to be able to get these tenants out? Because I know he's in the process of an eviction. He said that his lawyer is not really responding to him, so he doesn't really know.
Nice.
So, and the funny part is from my understanding, his lawyer is one of his, like, I guess good friends, I don't know. He knows his lawyer. So he says, my lawyer's not really responding to me, so I can't really say when. So I weighed some options out. I did the what ifs, like what if this doesn't sell? I did the, all right, well, you can go on market. You can probably get your asking price of 300, but you're going to have to do this, this, and this. And I did the whole 9 yards. And he even admitted that my offer, he knows I can't buy it at 300 where he wants it. He knows that we got to make money on it. But he said, he's just like, it's just too close to my mortgage. Like, I think he said his mortgage was 240 on it or something close to that 240. He's like, I can't do anything with $5,000. But it doesn't make sense because the last sale price of the house was 220.
He could have gotten like a home,
like a refinance. Yeah, he could have done something. But so yeah, that's where it is. So my offer was just me buying the house with the tenants. You know, I just said, hey, when you think you can get the tenants out, I made my offer, and then we had a 15-20 minute conversation after that. So I mean, he's staying on the phones with me. He's kind of entertaining it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hold on, I want to see what Blake's notes were on this. As far as 360 house level of repairs is unknown right now. Do you know how recent these photos were?
2 months ago, those were taken. So he's a contractor himself. I heard he said that he's going to his other properties. He just bought another house in Mesa that he wants to put his time and money into. And this house would help him do that. But he just said he can't do anything with $5,000, which I mean makes sense. But this one right now is just
Dude, this kitchen looks good. I mean, you probably put some hardware on this cabinets. That kind of looks stupid. Also, he chose the most retarded countertops ever. This guy's got scissors on his toilet seat. What the fuck is he doing? Dude, this just reminds me so much of like when I was first getting in the game and I would go to all the properties that I was locking up. Some of the shit you would see, bro.
I don't know what the deal with the tent in the living room.
Yeah, bro, I don't know about that tent either because you're fucking inside, dog. I don't know why you need a tent right there. And the tent is just on like an ottoman or something.
It's on the couch.
What the fuck? All right, dude, that's wild. Okay, so yeah, I think that the way you position it, or the way I would position it, is when you're able to talk to him, it's figuring out, okay, well, what do you owe on it? Like, you know, nuts to bolts. Like, what is... or soups to nuts, that's the fucking phrase, right? How much, you know, are you into this thing at? And then it's kind of like okay, now if I were to take care of everything, I get the tenants out, how much would you, or no, just right, if you get the tenants out, whatever, how much you need to walk from it? Okay, well, what if I were to get them out and I'll buy it from you with the tenant in there and I'll deal with it? How much is that worth to you? And I think I'd phrase it like that. Yeah,
because I think Blake was saying, with the tenants being out, like him doing the process himself, then it would be 265 on it. But he, like you said, like the anchor price, like, yeah, I can take care of it, but I need to be here.
Yeah.
I texted Juan too. He's just a little bit busy, just on a buy price for it, just with and without the tenants. I'm still waiting to hear back from that. But Juan Ramos, I don't know if you know him, but so I'm waiting to hear back from him just to kind of see how close I can get to it. But I think there's something there. I just think there's just...
Well, once you get some prices again, do you know Jack Iman? Okay, there's another person I know who he'll buy like sight unseen and he'll buy shit with tenants in it like this. And he's the kind of person that I just text him how many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, and what zip code it's in. And he already has a price for me. He doesn't have to fucking look at the house. So just let me know when you get that, and then I can see if I can help, connect you with Jack and see if we can make something happen.
Yeah.
If you get like a firm price out of this guy, you can move on. All right. Next.
Are you talking about with are you talking about the price from Juan or the price from the seller?
The price from the seller.
Oh, okay. Where he needs to be at. I got you. Okay.
All right, Jacob, we got this property in Miami. Let me get this pulled up. Question, does this guy speak English?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Sweet.
So-
Something you gotta figure out in Miami. Ooh, look at this fucking thing. Chain link fence in the front.
Yeah, so he's a real estate broker. Apparently, him and his brother have inherited this property for the past 13 years. The property was inherited with an encroachment lien on it that's been accruing since like 1995. That's at a current value of like 1.2 million. And
Is that through the
Yeah.
city?
yeah, through the city or code enforcement.
Okay.
So, and he sent me documents and everything. They get charged $150 a day for the lien. And yeah, so him and his brother are looking to sell now. They don't want to handle anything with the property, the lien. It's vacant. And then yeah, I made an offer to him at like 150 something, and he was like, "Oh, don't insult my intelligence" and stuff like that. And he was like, "There's nothing further to be discussed. We're too far apart." But he was just saying that like pretty much he wasn't really into the conversation because he knew that I wasn't the authority and I had to go back to, the underwriter and stuff like that. But that was basically it. Made the offer and then he kind of just hung up after that.
Okay.
But he definitely is trying to sell the property.
All right. So the problem is I don't really know Florida. I don't know Miami that well. But the way I'm probably going to play this is to make an offer and just tell him I'll make it contingent on getting rid of that lien. Now, I don't know if I can fucking do that, but the way I'd like to see this work is I use that as leverage to get a really good price, get it under contract, and then I can actually learn more about this lien, get it to a title company who can tell me about it, and then we can at least get fucking, get a direct where once we have equitable interest, we can actually talk to the city and say, look, like I want to fix this, I want to get rid of this shit, but this is making it impossible for us. Work with me here, And, oftentimes you can get these liens just completely taken away. And
Right.
basically just making the offer contingent on that.
Okay.
How did you generate the lead?
Text marketing.
Good afternoon, may I help you?
Hello, Anthony?
Yes.
Anthony, this is Tyson. Looks like you'd responded to a text about possibly being interested in selling this place on Street.
Okay, yes.
So I was doing some preliminary research on it. By the way, I'm a home buyer out here in Miami. I'm looking to pick up some properties. I was doing some research on this property. Looks like we got one hell of a lien on here, brother.
Yes, 1.5 million is accruing every day.
Gotcha. Okay. Have we done anything to try and get rid of it, or what is the city saying?
That's gonna be the responsibility of the new buyer. It's gonna be sold subject to.
Subject to the lien, understood.
Yes.
Okay. So, as far as the actual condition of the property, has anything been done to it in the past?
No. It's a structurally sound house, but it's just been vacant, so it's gonna need a full rehab. But it's just an older house, so
yeah, it
just needs to be remodeled, but no damages or anything like that.
Okay, but what about the major mechanicals? Roof, foundation, HVAC?
Yeah, foundation, all that. Well, I mean, it's been previous owner's been deceased over 10 years, so I would put a new HVAC in there anyway.
Yeah. Okay. But with the roof, we don't know of any problems. Do you know how old it is?
The roof is less than 15 years old.
Okay. So knowing that I got to buy it subject to this lien and take care of that, and then I'm looking at a full remodel, what do you think is a fair price for the property?
Probably about $330, $340.
Okay. So if I can get you an offer close to that, what else would you want to see?
That's it. Just you would have to make sure the contract reads subject to the lien and hold the seller harmless.
Yeah. Okay. That's no problem. What's access look like?
It's a $250 access fee if you want to go inside because it's boarded up.
Who am I paying that $250 to?
You're paying it to a handyman, to my handyman. The guy's going to open it up for you.
Okay. All right. So on something like this, I'm going to need an inspection. I'm going to need to be able to come look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, what type of inspection are we talking about? Are we talking about an inspection to see it, to go inside, or we're talking about an inspection after we go into contract?
No, after we go under contract. I mean, I'm going to look at it. I already, I've got my assumptions, but I just need to make sure that, like I said, I do go in there and there's not a foundation issue or I need to replace the entire roof, right? That's obviously going to change things. But I'm looking at it, hey, I'm going to redo everything. We're going to repaint floors, kitchen, bathroom, finishes, appliances, windows, doors, and then I'm seeing probably some landscaping and stuff like that as well. And I'm just gonna run it based on that. But then, you know, I still need to, you know, just get my eyes on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I know what it's worth. I've done an appraisal last week, so I know the value, and I know what it's going to take to bring it into compliance. And the only thing I don't know is how much the city's going to mitigate the fine down to. I have a general idea because I used to sit on that board. So,
what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think a safe measure will probably give yourself anywhere between $10,000 to $25,000.
Okay. All right. Well, that helps. Oh, look, man, you're the exact kind of person that I want to be able to work with. I love when I'm, you know, able to do deals with people who actually, you know what they're doing over here.
Actually, I'm a Florida real estate broker for 35 years.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, I hope you know what you're doing. That's it. I know what I'm doing. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Hey,
yeah.
Well, the more I learn, the more I know I don't know. But I've done plenty of deals around this place, and you know, I'm just looking to find something where we can make a win-win happen.
Well, it's just a matter of if you are familiar with the workings of city government and familiar with, you know, you just have to bring the property into compliance, and then after you bring it into compliance, then you would just petition the city to mitigate the fines. So if you just know how that works, then you're fine. This is a slam dunk.
All right. Well, let me take a look at it, know what I know now. I'll be able to give you a call back in probably 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. No worries.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Anthony. Appreciate the time. $720,000 house with sold for $650. All right. So look, this is important. Look, the fact that this fucking piece of shit right here sold for $650, only $70,000 more than this, or $70,000. This only sold for $70,000 more than this. It sounds like this looks like this area is a little bit better. Just not seeing exactly what we want to. 400 square feet.
Yeah, I put it down for a 515 ARV.
It's under contract at 640, 1,200 square feet. Fucking dirt backyard. Built in 36. 167 days on Zillow, Jesus. That's 640, man. 600, same size as ours. 600. I mean, dude, bro, there should probably be a deal at the price he's asking. The problem, I mean, let me just play around with some numbers. I'm not saying the ARV is 600 or anything like that. I'm just trying to get a preliminary. Fuck, man, this looks pretty good. I want to call Blake. Yo, what are you doing? Do you have time do you want to look at this deal? I'm looking at Jacob's deal right now, and it's fucking weird because this guy's got, I don't know if you've looked at it before, but it's this deal in Miami, and there's some $1.2 million lien from 1 billion years ago. It's some encroachment lien. And, well, I just talked to the seller, and the guy's asking, like, a price that I think works. Like, if you do a full $80,000 remodel in this 1,400 square foot place, I think it's selling for $600K. And wait, Jacob, what did he say? Did he say how much did he say he wanted? He
said 330, 340.
Yeah, he said like 330. Like, we'll probably be able to get him for even less than that. And my numbers are coming in that, you know, you might be able to dispo this at like, you know, 370-ish. But the problem is there's going to be some shit that you're going to have to do with the city. Anyway, you have time to look at it? Okay. Well, it's just what I'm trying to understand is what he's asking for is he wants a contract that's subject to the current lien, holding him, you know, basically releasing him of any liability. And then the question is just, how are we going to be able to talk to the city and see, hey, what are you going to let the lien go for? Now, he said that he used to sit on the board that dealt with this shit, and that he thinks that you could probably get it down to 10 or 20K. If that's the case, it's... Mm-hmm. I have right now built in a $90,000 profit. He'll take less than 320, I think. He wanted, it's basically something saying that we like release liability on the encroachment lien, and not just put that we indemnify the seller for the encroachment lien, which I don't know why that would fucking matter, but I think it means that you release liability. I don't know if you're talking, I can't hear you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just need to call him up, and the thing that's gonna matter is, hey, is he willing to close once it's clear? And how many days is he gonna give us to do that? That's what's important. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's all I need. I got it. All right, see ya. All right, basically we just need to figure out, the whole thing is there's, okay, to show you guys what I'm doing here, I don't know if you guys saw my underwriting. Basically, this is a hairy deal, right? There's a pain in the ass thing that needs to be done here. And that's why I'm accounting for $90,000 in spread. And also, I'm not even thinking I'm gonna sell it for $390, probably somewhere around $375. So what we're gonna do is I need to talk to this guy and see exactly what he meant on what he needs in this contract, right? Because as long as he will allow us to do this due diligence on this encroachment lien during our inspection period, it's good. Because then we can go ahead, reach out to the city, see exactly what they need to satisfy this encroachment, and also what they're willing to negotiate for, right? So more than likely, it's gonna be something of, okay, you need to get some kind of contractor's estimate of what remodel you're gonna do and show how it remedies the thing. And then once you get that, plus whatever, $20,000, we'll release it. Then it's like, okay, because then at that point, you've done the work, you hand it off to a buyer, and it's fucking GG's, right?
All right.
So let's call him back.
Good afternoon, may I help you?
Hey, Anthony, it's Tyson Smith again.
Yes.
All right, so I've been able to look at the deal, and I think I put together something that's going to work for both of us.
Okay.
So you said that we want to make sure that we have in this agreement that, you know, you're indemnified for anything about the lien, and that the property is being purchased subject to the current lien, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so what we want to be able to do, and let me know if this works for you, is if we can put into an agreement that we'll close as soon as we can get a full clear close without liens and encumbrances from title. And we put in there that we are to take over negotiating the encroachment, and that the offer is subject to us being able to negotiate that encroachment to, we'll do up to $35,000 or less.
No, that's not acceptable. You guys I'm not gonna tie up selling the property while you guys trying to negotiate the deal. You guys close, I'm gonna discount the property with that in mind. So yeah, you guys are closing and taking on full responsibility.
So you won't give us any amount of time to look at it.
As far as
I'm not asking to tie it up for 90 days.
Well, that's your due diligence period, is to look at it. We'll give you a 15-day
Sure.
due diligence.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So give me 15 days at least to get this stuff moving to where I know, because, you know, if I can find out, okay, look, all this is going to cost me is $35K, then okay.
I'm sorry?
Right.
I'm sorry?
As long as I have a substantial amount of time to talk to the city and see, hey, am I going to be able to get this down, which I think I will. But obviously, you know, if it comes down to it, I got to pay $1.5 million. You know, that kills the deal.
Well, they're not going to make you pay one. Come on, don't do that.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you have to bring it in compliance. But I don't think, what are you looking for? Because I don't think anyone from the city of Miami is going to give you $1. That judgment goes before the board that I used to sit on. Yeah, no one in the city can tell you, yes, we're going to mitigate this down to a certain dollar amount. No one in the city can tell you that. That is collectively agreed upon from the City of Miami Code Enforcement Board mitigation.
So from your knowledge of being there, how long will it?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry, the phone was
No worries.
Yeah, that decision is solely upon the City of Miami Code Enforcement Board during a mitigation hearing.
And
no
how?
No one in the city will tell you that.
Right. So what I'm trying to figure out is how long will it take for me to get seen in front of that board?
Oh, that's probably gonna take. Once you can't get it before that board until you bring it to compliance. City of Miami Code Enforcement Board during a mitigation hearing.
And how?
No one in the city will tell you that.
Right. So what I'm trying to figure out is how long will it take for me to get seen in front of that board?
Oh, that's probably gonna take. Once you can't get it before that board until you bring it to compliance. So you would have to pull your permits, determine how you're going to bring it in compliance. Either you're going to demolish it, or you're going to do what needs to be done to bring it into compliance, and that's possibly get a variance or get a engineer to draw it up. That's strictly with regards to the investor and how you.
Right.
I told you at the onset, this is not for a novice.
Right. I mean, I've got hundreds of deals under my belt. I wouldn't say I'm a novice, but
I think everyone who I spoke to is a mega investor. Everyone embellishes who they are, which I'm okay with that. But everyone I've spoke to, I probably get about 10 calls a day with regards to this house, and I have not met one novice yet.
Okay. Well, so look, here's what our thing is. We need to get our guy in there so we can get our estimate, and then something that brings the estimate. Well, we need to get title open so we can figure out the exact details of this encroachment, and then get our contractor in there with a signed estimate showing that, hey, we're going to remedy that plus all of the other repairs we're going to do. And then I'm just wondering, once we have that, when we'll be able to see the board?
Again, you can't. Well, I don't know, but I'm not going to wait for all those parts to happen. You're taking it, you're taking it with the response, you're taking it subject to the liens. And that will come after I'm long gone. And again, I've said I've considered that with regards to the price. I've considered what the future owner will have to undertake. So with consideration to the price that I'm willing to sell it. Because if it didn't have those liens, I would probably be somewhere north of 425.
Okay, that makes sense. But again, I mean, it does have those liens.
And I've been very forthright with you. Yes, right. It has those liens, but yeah, there's the new owner's gonna have to take those liens. I mean, I understand you're trying to cover your ass, which I have no problem with that. That only makes sense. But this is where a real investor who's I asked at the very onset, are you familiar with the government workings, city government, and how are you familiar with working with a type of property like that? I think you guys told me yes.
Here's the thing, is I've done plenty of deals like that here where I'm based out of in Arizona. In Florida, where I've done many deals, I haven't had to actually deal with things like that. But, I mean, it's not something that I haven't done before. It's just, a different...
Okay. Well, that's fair. But, yeah, that's where I am with this... I would give you a due diligence period. I probably would take your earnest money would probably be non-refundable. So, I mean, we don't even have a number yet of what you think you may want to offer.
I think that I'm in the ballpark of what you're asking.
Okay. I mean, put it in writing. Let me look at it. Put it in writing. Let me look at it. And then I would forward it to the attorney and take it from there. Just put all the terms that you have in there in writing. I mean, I'm kind of telling you where.
Well, what I need to figure out is how long is going to be an acceptable due diligence period for you?
15 days. I'll give you 15 days with a non-refundable earnest.
15 days isn't going to work.
Well, I mean, how many days do you need to close?
The closing.
The closing. 30 days. I'm not going to give you a 30-day due diligence. I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've already told you it has an encroachment lien and working without a permit. So I think 15 days is more than enough time to contact the city, ask them what do we need to do to bring this property into compliance or whatever you need, and then we close. And then either you say, okay, we can deal with it or we can't deal with it. I'm not going to take the property off the market and just let you, and then at the end of the day, this is a little bit more than what we can handle.
Well, okay, we're talking, look, not that I'm saying again, I'm not saying I need 90 days or anything like that, but you said that this has been, you're accruing $150 a day, right? Like what are you going
to? For over 28 years.
Right.
Yeah. And why do I want to do it so quickly? Because I've been in litigation for 3 years, and I'm ready to get it off my plate.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've been in litigation, so I'm ready to get this off my plate, and I want it sold like yesterday. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Well, look, I'm interested in buying. This is a project I'm looking to undertake, but I need you to work with me here. I don't really know that it's fair that how much earnest money deposit do you think is going to be fair on something like this, non-refundable? Are you there? Hello? Can you hear me?
He said, hold on. He was doing something.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No worries. What I was asking was, what do you think is going to be a fair earnest money deposit that's non-refundable?
You caught me in not business mode because I'm driving now. I wish I was in my office at my desk. What am I asking? 3 I probably would do maybe somewhere about a $10,000 to $15,000 non-refundable on this one, somewhere around there.
You want me to put 10 to 15K non-refundable and give me 15 days to see if I can make this work?
Yeah.
You told me, you said you wanted this property sold yesterday.
Yeah.
And
I do, but I don't want no one wasting my time. You got what's your first name again? I won't forget it. What's your first name again?
Tyson.
Tyson, like Mike Tyson. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the reason I keep asking your name, Tyson, trust me, I get so many calls and I talk to so many people on this property. So I'm discounting the property, 70,000 or somewhere around there, because I know what it's going to take. So if I'm discounting the property, the buyer is going to have to bear some of that risk. I'm making it worth that individual's while. Because if I discount the property 70,000 and they ended up getting a $50,000 discount, then you're only out of 20 grand. You just saved. You're only out of 20 grand between.
Okay, but even in that situation, I mean, let's look at this deal. What do you think what's it going to take to get this deal up to? First of all, what do you think this thing's going to sell for once it's been fully remodeled?
North of 580. I just went to an open house today on 11th Avenue and 59th Street. Just fully renovated, and they're asking, and I'm bigger than they are, and I'm in a better neighborhood. Let me look at this open house front, and they're asking, what are they asking? 570. They're asking 570 for a 3-2 with a spacious backyard. 1170 Northwest 59th Street. Same zip code. I'm at 1157 Northwest 45th Street. So we're just 10 blocks.
Yeah. No, I looked at this. Well, look, okay. And what do you think it's going to cost to make your house look like this one?
Windows. The biggest expenses are your windows and your kitchen. The rooms just need painting, and I would redo the wood floors. The floors are gorgeous. I happen to love hard oak wood floors. So I would probably, and that's real subjective because different investors have different expense, but between windows and kitchen, man, what are we talking? Maybe 25 grand. I don't know. You can. It's so subjective what someone spends in repairs.
Well, you think 25 grand to get the 1,400 square foot house to do a kitchen?
Oh, you just said windows and
No. I'm saying windows, kitchen, bathroom, paint.
Okay, let's put a round number on. Let's say 50 grand. I mean, I may be able to do it for 50. You probably can do it for 40. You may have some holdover material from another job. There's just so many variables. Do you agree, Tyson?
Well, there are definitely variables, but I mean, look, I've flipped houses in Miami before, and just to do a full interior remodel, I know that I'm going to be spending between $40 and $45 a square foot.
Okay. I don't have my key. I'm driving. So what is that?
It's like 60 to 65K.
Okay, 60 to 65K. Okay, I wouldn't argue with that number. Okay, 60 to 65K. So, and let's say, again, I wish I was in my desk. I can jot all this stuff down, and I can go back and forth to you, because I can go back and forth with the best of them, and you're one of the best of them. But I can't right now. I'm driving. So, but I mean, do your numbers, and put it in writing.
All right.
Yeah, just do your numbers, put it in writing. I don't want to sound like a jerk here, but put it in writing. I talked to so many people about this property. There's so many variables with regards to repairs, what you're gonna do. I may go with a quartz kitchen. You may go with a granite kitchen. And that may save us. That may be a difference of $2,500. You follow me? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, Anthony, I'm gonna put together an offer for you. I'm gonna make my strong offer. What email am I gonna send it to? And is this property owned under your name, or is there an LLC?
No, it's under me and my brother's name.
Okay.
Andres and Anthony.
All right, I'll find it. All right. Okay, I'll put together my agreement. I'll send that over to you, and then.
Now, my question to you: are you hard money or you cash?
Hard money.
Two different things.
Hard money.
Okay.
But
So
I mean, I've got a massive.
When a third party's involved, sometimes they don't like to lend on properties that has a lien, unless you have a very good relationship with them.
My lender is somebody that I've grown up with. He's a good friend. They've got $100 million.
Okay, because it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, Tyson, put it in writing. I'll take a look at it, and hopefully we can do some business.
All right. Sounds good. Let me do that. Probably have it to you in like a couple hours.
Okay. No worries. I'm done for today. I won't be back in the office until in the morning, but I'll look for it anyway. I'll keep an eye out for it.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, Tyson.
All right. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. All right. We made some ground. Now, however, there's money involved, right? There's a substantial assignment fee to be made here, assuming we can make it work. What is going to be the pain in the ass is just getting the contracting and shit with him. Jacob, I will put together something for him. Here's the thing, we're making progress. He's giving concessions. The biggest thing is I'm not fucking giving him any amount of refundable earnest money deposit. He's out of his fucking mind. Yeah, maybe $10,000. Yeah, okay, dude. That is just to be determined. So what we're gonna do, Jay, is I'm pretty much gonna put together an offer, and the first line that we're gonna be able to negotiate is on the price, right? We'll start at 320, but we can go up, right? I mean, the thing is we're gonna be able to, if we can get this figured out, right, with the lien, we're gonna be able to go up. So that's good. Like we have some chips that we can use, and that's good. So we'll start at like 320, probably like 319, and fucking 1% EMD or something like that is refundable. And we'll just make here's what I'll do. Here's what I'm gonna do is I'll make the earnest money deposit go hard after a certain amount of days. That'll give me enough time to reach out to the city and see, basically get the title company. Here's the thing I need is I need a fucking title company that is gonna make some fucking moves here in Miami. And I'm gonna have to find that. And I'm gonna need to figure out who can figure out this encroachment, figure out what's going on here. Cool. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, but there could be something there, right? And if I was looking at it, it was like a 20K assignment fee, I'd be like, dude, fuck this. But there's some room here to where some money can be made. It might be worth chasing this down and seeing what we can make out of it. Bring this up, ask how long it's gonna take, and then use that as leverage. All right, interesting. I like, this is a fucking pain in the ass, but this is an interesting deal here. Okay, Jacob, I will follow up with you after on this, but you said you found this from texting?
Yeah, I texted him.
Interesting. Okay. All right. We got a couple more things here, and we do got some more time. Cool. I need to go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm on a coaching call, and you're on speaker. Do you know any either good title companies or big wholesalers in Miami?
That do deals in Miami?
Well, one of my students has this fucking deal, and there's like some room on it. The guy's willing to let it go for 320, and it's a 600K ARV. But the problem is there's some jacked up fucking liens on the property, these encroachment and like building without permit liens that have been going on for 20 years and have accrued like over $1 million. And I need to understand what the city is going to need and like how rigorous this process is going to be to get them worked down. And I don't know if you know anybody who would be able to help me with that.
Probably. I have a couple attorneys in Florida, so they could probably do that, but none specific to that jurisdiction, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you think they would? Is there a chance they would know?
Maybe. I'll shoot you his number right now. His name's Ryan.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right, I'll shoot it over to you right now.
All right, thanks, bro.
See ya.
Peace. All right, cool. We gotta build some shit for this. All right, next up, we got Dane. Is Dane in here?
Yeah.
What's up, Dane? How are you?
Chilling.
All right. Judy, Kansas City, multiple rentals, tired of having to deal with it, wants to let some of them go. All right, cool. How'd you generate this lead, Dane?
Just cold calling, pulling a list, cold calling. I believe it's similar to how Nate was saying that it has tenants in it. She wants to sell the house. She just keeps telling me, oh, call me back in a month so I can let the tenants know. Call me back in a month so I can let the tenants know. She just keeps doing that. I've had probably 8 or 10 conversations with her about it.
Okay. All right, let's give her a call. Let's see what we can do here. Miss Judy.
Please leave your message.
Rip. All right. So Dane, my advice on that, bro, is hit her with hey, I understand, like, you know what, like, really, like, appeal to her ego, but, like, I wish that more people were like you and were as caring and thought as much about their tenants as you do. What if we were able to make something work where, let's talk about this, let's see if, we can even, come to an agreement on the property. And if we are, we're going to make sure that your tenants have enough time to move, where we'll give them time, after close or whatever it is to make sense. Do you think that would help? Like something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way I was planning on going with it. Basically being like, wow, like that's so, like you were, I wish more people were like you, that this caring that. Look, we want to be able to make sure that we make a win for you, win for me, win for the tenants. So how about we talk, we actually specialize in dealing with creative situations like this, where we make sure that everybody's on the same page. And if we need to get them some time to move out or anything like that, that's something we can absolutely do. Do you want to hear more about how that would work? Yeah, boom, straight into it. Getting the property pulled up, catch them up to speed here. What's the condition? When would you want to sell? And now that's obviously going to be a big thing. And then how much? Does that make sense, Dane?
Yeah, I've tried to do that a couple of times, but every time I've tried to bring that up, she's like, "Oh, it's just a bad time right now. I can't really talk about it. Can you call me back in a couple of weeks?" And I'm like, "All right."
Yeah, I mean this is where, right? Just follow up game of, whatever she says, couple of weeks, that means a couple of days, and that we just stay on top of it.
Yeah, I've had probably 10 conversations with her, calling her back every so often.
Right. Well, eventually, man, you might just want to tell her that, be like, hey, look, Judy, man, I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. Like, it's like the 10th time this has happened. Like, is this how about, let's ask yourself right now, do we actually want to sell this, or are we just going to keep kicking this can down the road? And call her out on that shit.
All right.
Yeah, Dane, I've had the same experience with her as well.
Oh, you've also talked to the person?
You've called her?
She's been in my CRM for 500 plus days.
Oh, damn.
No.
So it's probably dead then. I should just not even worry about it.
No.
Nah, it's not dead. She shows a lot of interest in selling,
yeah,
but
that's
she is.
Wait, where is the property at?
Kansas City.
Does this happen to be local to anybody?
Nah, not me.
Nah.
No. Figure out one of you guys should message Colin Mitchell in the inner circle. He's over there, and he might have somebody who can go door knocker or something like that.
Yeah, the problem is it's absentee. I don't know I don't know where she lives.
Oh, true.
She's a landlord. She has multiple rentals.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think she told me she has 7 that she wants to start getting rid of.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull up
because that address that I put in, that's not even the first house I've talked to her about. The other one was a different one with a tenant that she took into court because she was late on her payments or whatever. And then she's like, "Oh, I have this other house."
I don't know how much Blake has told you guys about our CRM. We're building. So what do you know? Number one, our CRM. It's gonna be a CRM. Same shit as everything else. It's built in Go High Level. That doesn't matter. What's important is the AI agent we're building inside of it, Grace, who's following up with all of our leads like this, that fucking calls people 3 times a day, different times a day, every single day, sending them texts, having full conversations to revive leads, exactly shit like this, so that stuff doesn't get lost in the cracks, but we're still, reaching out with it. And it's gotten fucking good. But that won't be available until probably late January, maybe February. Okay, what do we have? What is this? Will, County Road, and Tyler.
Actually, Tyson, if you could just maybe want to call Treva, that first one I sent, since it's been an hour and a half. I think that leads hotter than this one. If you want to call her back.
There we go. Let's do that.
Hey, Ty, also, I just noticed I've been sending them to your message on school, and I'm like, fuck, does he not want to call California or what? And
I literally just saw the notification that you did. I'll call one of yours after this.
For sure.
All right, what is this?
Are you in CA, Flavio?
Yeah, Central Valley. Yeah, in the Central Valley, Fresno.
Oh shit, I'm in SoCal, by LA.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I don't want that house.
Fuck, it's expensive here now. Expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I've said this multiple times, man. The wholesalers I know, or I shouldn't say all of them. However, I know 2 people that are doing multiple millions of dollars a month in California and SoCal. Just wholesaling. Like multiple millions. Like these people are doing fucking 15 to $20 million a year wholesaling real estate and assignment fees just in SoCal, but they make fucking 200 grand on every single deal. All right, this is Treva. Hello, Treva. Hey, Treva, this is Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes. We talked about an hour and a half ago. Did I catch you at a better time? We could talk about your property over on Grinnell Street.
Well, yes, I'm just arriving where I'm home, but can I call you back in about 5 minutes?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right, talk to you soon. Okay. Which one of these do you want me to call, Flavio?
Yeah, I got one as a layup for you. He's just waiting for an offer. I just spoke to him 2 days ago. Lewis. He's just waiting for an offer.
How'd you find the lead?
That's a cold call lead from our VA.
Okay. Hello, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Lewis. My name is Tyson Smith. I'm with Scotty Jane Homes. I was calling to see if you might be interested in selling your property on Independence Court.
Man, I am, but I want some money out of it. I don't want to get screwed like everybody's trying to do so far. It's called.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, look, I would love it if you'd give it to me for free. However,
I would too, but I don't want for free.
Hey, fair enough. Look, hey, where at? In Oklahoma. Well, we actually don't buy any houses in Oklahoma, but what I can tell you is we buy them in Bakersfield, and we have not been as successful doing it for, just lowballing people.
Right.
So here's what I can promise you is if you have about 5 or 10 minutes to have a conversation with me about the property, that I will get you the best possible offer an investor can get you.
Okay, let's go for this.
All right. Well, how about you catch me up to speed here while I get the property pulled up? What's got you looking to sell the place?
I want to get out of the state of California. Tired of this place.
Understandably so. And where are you looking to go to?
I'm going to go to Oklahoma or South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere where it's pretty.
All right.
They got big catfish.
Okay, good deal. Well, okay. So, look, if you could wave a magic wand, what do you want to see happen to this property and how soon you want to be over there?
About 6 months at least.
6 months at least?
At least. No, 6 months, maybe less.
Okay, so let's say right now I were to make you an offer that sounded good, right? It got the kind of change in your pocket that you needed to be able to know that you could get out there, get out of California, get yourself close to those big catfish. Is it something you can maybe do in like 30 or 60 days? Or are we talking more? Okay, yeah?
Well, yeah.
So what would you need to figure out? Like, let's say that, well, let me ask you a question. How much are you looking to get for this property? Do you have a price in mind?
Man, if I could get around 420, I'd be happy,
Okay.
Yeah, I paid full market value when I bought it, and closing costs.
Okay.
I wanted this place.
Yeah. All right, so let's just say that I gave you a check right now.
I did all the repairs too.
You did all the repairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a foreclosure.
Okay. So let's say that I gave you a check for $425 right now for the place. I paid all the closing costs about the property as is. What's the next thing you'd have to figure out before you were ready to move?
I would load my truck and trailers. Drop me $425. I'm gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, easy as that. All right. Well, so tell me about the property. You said you bought it and you made all the repairs?
Yeah. Well, I got it. The back door was kicked in. Kids in the neighborhood or something other. But back door was kicked in, and I don't think it was kids in the neighborhood. I think it was adults from down the street or something. But anyway, yeah, the microwave was stolen out of it. There was a couple cabinet doors I had to replace. The front door was broke too. But basically, that was what I had to do to move in, to make it right. I replaced all the sliders with French doors. There's two of those, two sets of French doors. One off the living room, one off the master bedroom. I remodeled the master bathroom and tiled 2 bedrooms with white 24-inch tile and painted them too. And this was just back in March when I did that.
Okay.
And let's see, what else have I done? Oh my God, about a $5,000 water softener in this place. It's really nice, a reverse osmosis system. I put a attic insulation fan in there, for when in your not so hot months, but you know, on your warm months, open a window and turn that thing on. It sucks air from outside. It cools the house down really good. I got 30 solar panels on the house.
Is the solar, are those paid off or are they a lease?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You don't know what to do to give you that 425.
All right. Okay. What
The house does need paint. Let's see, that need a kitchen. You know, I'd say paint. Worse the walls. I cleaned them up here a while back and it looked really good. Probably have to do that before I move out. But the outside, there's a couple cracks in the stucco, a few. And yeah, the outside I'll have to paint it. If I was, you know, going to fix it up. And I got a big old mess going on around here right now. I got so many projects going on, I'm like a tweaker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm remodeling a motorhome, so I got all kinds of wood and stuff stacked around here and stuff. I got an old truck I'm remodeling or rebuilding. And then I pulled the swimming pool out. They haven't got it hauled off yet. And I got another one to replace it with. And it's sitting over here. Yeah, it looks bad right now, but the place really does clean up shine. My daughter got married here, my son got married here, and I got married here in March.
Right on.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Great.
I love it, man. Right on.
So far.
That's fantastic, man. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I feel like you've given me a good idea of the property. So
4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 3 bedrooms with an office. Is what it is, because there's no closet in what I call the 4th bedroom. Yeah. So it's 3 bedrooms with an office.
Okay. So have you seen what other properties like this are selling for in the neighborhood?
You know what? Someone told me one went for 425. I got the biggest lot in this neighborhood.
Okay.
It's in the cul-de-sac. Yeah. Man, and my neighbors, hey, that's my selling point right there. These people are awesome. They're good neighbors. There's no problem. One's Christians, the other one's Catholic. Man, they're good people around here.
Solid. Good to know.
Yes. Drain never breaks.
Okay. All right. Very nice. All right. So let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to list your house on the market with an agent in order to get that price you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, I want to be straight with you, man. You know, you seem like a great guy, Lewis, and I'm looking at this right now, and you know, I'm an investor, right? So I'm looking to buy these houses. I'm looking to make money on them, and I think that your house is worth how much you're asking for it, but no investor is going to be able to pay that much. However, somebody who's going to buy the house and live in it will. So
you know, the house will probably worth 440.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But I think in order to do that, you're going to have a realtor who really knows what they're doing.
Oh, is that what you think I need to do?
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, man. You've got options here. You could sell it to somebody like me, but I'm not going to be able to pay $440 for it.
Right.
It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick, easy. I buy it as is, meaning you can take all the stuff you want. You can leave everything else there, right? But I'm not going to be able to get you even close to $440. Now, you're not going to have to pay realtor fees. You're not going to have to pay closing costs. I buy it from you cash. We close when you want. That's how that works. Or if you want to get the most amount of money, and I believe you could probably get somewhere close, you know, around $440, you got to list it on the market with an agent. Now, you're going to need to clean the place up, you know, do the showings, things like that. It might take a little bit longer, but I believe that you could go and get that price.
Yeah, I could.
Do you think it'd be worth?
My nephew's a realtor, and then there's Brandon Posher too. He's the guy that he was my agent when I bought this house.
Okay, and have you talked to him?
Yeah. No, I haven't yet. You know, I just matter of fact, I've talked to a lot of investors. Is what I've been talking to. You know,
yeah.
It's the same thing, and I understand. If I was doing that, I'd be the same way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, is what I'd recommend. Now, you probably, you know, if you know this Brandon guy and he's really good, I think maybe you should talk to him. If not, man, I mean, you know, I know a few people out there who, you know, when I flip a house and I want to get the most amount of money for it, who I have listed, I you know, I've seen people like that I have reach out to you, or if you already know somebody, I feel like you should really talk to them.
Yeah, well, so Brandon's just another option I have. My nephew, he's just recently started selling houses. And Brandon's kind of backing him, you know, teaching him the ropes and stuff too. So
Okay.
Yeah, you got it made. I think I got it made with him.
All right. Well, yeah, man. It sounds like you might want to have a conversation with him.
I probably do. Okay, thanks.
You know, I want to see what's best for you. You know, and I think that's probably the way to go.
Yeah, you seem like a good guy, dude.
I appreciate that. You as well.
All right, well, I'm gonna get back to remodeling this motorhome.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, bub. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You need to keep following up with him, Flavio. I wouldn't make an offer. I would just keep doing exactly what I'm doing there, being ambiguous about, look, it's going to be less. It's going to be easier. But more than likely, this guy has time. Now, here's the big X factor is how big of a piece of shit. Like, you know, he says he's like a damn tweaker, and I believe that. Right? How much shit is around that place, right? It's not going to show.
Yeah, he just has a bunch of, he works on cars and all kind of stuff. So that's what he does, projects. And he told me he wanted to sell by end of the year. And this was sad. This was today.
So
that's the only reason why I sent it to her. Or else if I would have known 6 months, I wouldn't even waste my time sending it to you.
Well, no, I mean, look, he's a good person to talk to.
He's cool.
And here's the thing is like, now I don't actually have anybody in California. But if I did, and if you're licensed, a really quick way to make some super easy money is on referrals. However, you have to be licensed. Now, I'm not licensed, but Blake is. So Blake can get a referral fee. But basically for about, 20 seconds of work, I can send an agent his lead and be like, yo, call this guy. He needs to list his house. Here's what he fucking wants. And when they sell, they go give you like 20% of the commission or something like that. Make a quick $5,000, 3 months later about something you forgot about. But you got to be licensed in order to do that. But Flavio, my advice of him, look, he does want to sell. There's some X factors here. He's obviously not like pressed for time or anything like that. According to right now. Now, it sounds like that might be changing. That might be a fluid situation. But I would just keep following up with him, bro.
Cool. You're looking at me.
Yeah, it's now, hold on. What's her face called me? Treva. Hello, Treva?
Yes.
Hey, this is Tyson Smith. Yes.
All right.
Hey, thank you for giving me a call back. Sorry, I was on another call looking at a property in California. However, I got your property pulled up right here on Grinnell Street. Can you catch me up to speed? What's the situation with this place?
What do you mean, the situation?
Are you currently living there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, gotcha. And what's got you thinking about getting an offer for it?
Well, it's my mom's house, and she passed away, and so we're ready to release it and let it go.
Okay. Do you? So you're currently living in there. If you did sell it, do you know where you'd move to?
I'll be here in Dallas. Yes.
Okay. Do you already have a place picked out, or is that something that you might want our help in helping you find?
No. I have some ideas.
All right.
I've looked around, and so I have pretty good ideas where I may go.
Okay. Well, so one thing people love about working with us, Treva, is that we actually allow you to pick your move-out date. So assuming we made you an offer that made sense, how soon would you want to have the property sold, you get paid for it, and be ready to be moved out?
Depending on exactly when that is, probably about 2 days.
Oh, in 10 days?
Probably, yes.
Okay, so you're ready to make some moves on it.
Well, if it's later, that's fine too. Yes.
Okay. Well, so can you tell me about the property? Let's just say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being we should probably tear it down and start over, and a 10 being it was like fully remodeled yesterday. How would you rate the property?
Oh, well, my mom has looked at.
Okay.
It just needs some tender loving care. She did have the garage converted a number of years ago, and if I were living here, I would convert it back to a garage because the room has never really been used and utilized except for stuff. And the person who did the renovation that converted it for her did do a very good job.
Okay.
So 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Is it 3 bedrooms with the garage room or?
No, it's without the garage room.
Okay.
It's 3 bedrooms. rooms.
Okay.
It has a living room, a formal living room. It has a den area right here connected to the kitchen, and a kitchen and a breakfast nook.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it as far as the area, bedrooms, things of that nature, the rooms. It does have a tiny washroom for washer, dryer, and whatever else you'd like to put there, but it does have a large backyard as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing.
That number of mature trees are back there. It does need a new roof. It needs flooring. Probably hasn't. Well, I'm sure she hasn't had new flooring done since she bought it. Since they bought it. I'm not sure when she had a roof last. What else is major? The walkway needs some tender loving care as well.
Okay.
What else? Anything else I can answer for you?
You know, you're doing a fantastic job. I appreciate you giving me all this information. Can you tell me about the heating, cooling, air conditioning units?
There was a refurbished unit that was put in probably about, I'm not even sure what year it was, a few years ago. The water heater has been replaced maybe about 6 years ago as well.
Okay.
The gas line in the backyard was replaced about 10 years ago. The water pipes underneath the house, it is a pure B. Pipes there were replaced a couple of years ago. There was a break there underneath the structure.
Okay. Well, so perfect. This is giving me a great idea of the property. Treva, I really appreciate you being so thorough. So based on the current condition of the property, what do you believe is a fair price?
I am looking for something around 150.
Okay. 150?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, if we were able to make you an offer where we were paying all the closing costs, there were no realtor fees, and we bought the house entirely as is, meaning you're not responsible for making any repairs, cleaning anything up. You just take your stuff that you want, you know, and then you can leave everything else and we actually handle it. What do you think is the best price you could do?
Probably still around that area, like, give or take 150.
Okay. All right.
And that's because during her illness, she made a loan. There was a point in time when she had no mortgage, but she made a loan on it again and created a mortgage. So that balance still needs to be paid off. And a few other things.
Do you know how much that is?
It's right around approximately, taxes included. It's right around.
So if we were able to get you somewhere around 150, that would lead you walking away with about 75 in your pocket. Would that be enough to get you going where you want to go?
It would be a start.
Okay.
It would be a start. Yes.
Okay. Good.
It wouldn't take me where I want to go, but it would keep me going for 6 months or so.
Okay. Now, assuming that I can, take this back to my team and that I can get you an offer that makes sense. I know you said you'd probably be ready to move in 10 days.
Well, actually, I mean, if I have longer, then that would be good as well.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, you actually get to pick. So what if we did something like we gave you like 30 days and then any time, before or after that? Would that work or kind of what are you thinking there?
I would like to be out by Christmas.
Okay.
Because I do have some other things coming up in January. So I'd like to be somewhere and settled in rather than extending it longer.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to, get closed and.
Yeah.
It's been a nightmare trying to talk to people and work and do some other things as well. So I'm just ready to get the ball rolling and then be done.
Well, the good news is that you're talking to me now. And I'm going to make sure that we get you the best possible offer and get you everything else taken care of so you can just go ahead, know it's done, and have it behind you and ready to move on. Does that sound good?
That sounds excellent.
All right. Well, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to take this information that you have been so kind and so helpful in getting for me, and I'm going to look at this with some of our partners, and I'll be able to give you a call back in probably 10 minutes. And I'll be able to let you know if your property qualified for an offer and hopefully it will and what that offer will look like, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time so much, Treva. Let me go ahead and get to work for you, and I'm going to be able to give you a call back shortly, okay?
All right.
All right.
All right. Take care.
You too.
We'll talk to you again. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Money. Dude, didn't you say that she was asking like fucking 200 or some shit like that?
Yeah, when I called her and asked her what her best price was, she said 200. She said she had an offer there, and yeah.
See, this is exactly the shit that I'm talking about, bro. When people do not believe me, I was like, dude, it just fucking changes. Like when you just catch somebody at the right time or whatever, you have no. I mean, she could have just barely talked to somebody who offered her fucking 100,000, and then that's completely changed her mind. Like this shit just changes. So here's what I'm looking at. Here's what I need to do. I'm going to go to my investor lift account and I'm going to see what houses in this neighborhood are trading for on investor lift, because I think 150 is going to be a little bit too much, but we're close. We're close for sure. All right. Fuck. God damn it. I forgot we're in shitty ass Texas. Son of a... Can't see the damn prices. Even on investor lift. That's so annoying. All right. Okay. No worries. No worries. The thing about Texas, one of the best places to wholesale. And if you can get somebody with a real estate license, all right. No, wait, this is a problem. So here's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just looking at what's for sale. And I want to see what are the cheapest houses that are for sale. Okay. Now our property is right here. Right now. So we've got one down the street for sale for $264. That is a 3-2, 1,400 square feet, which is like the same, what the fuck? It's like the same as our property, right? Now, the thing is that I don't know is this counting the enclosed garage?
According to my conversation with her, it is not. So that is not included in the garage.
Good to know. Now, this property, right, we can 100% make this look like this, right? Nothing crazy at all here. In fact, they have two different kinds of fucking flooring. What is this, right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, why do we have bathroom tile as a backsplash? Like, what, like, dude, two different kinds of flooring in the same house. Oh my God, dude, what the fuck? Okay, this is outrageous. All right, so, I mean, this house is for sale for $264. It's been on for 25 days. Let me look this property up, dude. Bought it in 2020 for $177K. Dude, we might just be able to roll the dice at 150. Here's the problem. Where is this? All right, this is like over here. What is this? How different is this? Pretty similar. 3-2, 1,200 under contract at 170. This is a piece of shit. All right. Okay. Now, here's the thing is when my numbers actually are penciling, here's the deal. Is two houses. This house right here. Okay, no, but this isn't. Oh, it is under contract. We're gonna call this realtor. Hello, is this Mr. Hanna?
Yes.
Mr. Hanna, my name is Tyson Smith. I'm an investor based out of Phoenix, and I'm currently looking at a deal in Dallas that is around the corner from a property it looks like you have listed on. So I'm seeing that property is under contract. The reason why I'm giving you a call is the property I'm looking at is, it's a bit of a similar situation. It's about 200 square feet bigger than this property on Malden, and I don't think it's as in rough condition. The property I'm looking at, I think I'm gonna be able to get under contract for $150,000. I was wondering if you might have some insight on, whether we could potentially do a deal together. If you might know a buyer who would be interested in another, property, like I said, similar to this one that's going to need some updates for around that $170,000 mark.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of calls about this property on Malden Lane, so yeah.
Okay, so you have had a lot of interest in it at that like around 170,000.
So I mean, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. So like right now, I had people going back and forth. So we got it down to 147, and I'm not sure what your property looks like, but we got it down to 147. So I'm not sure if your property has any issues, like HVAC, anything like that. But have to look at it and see. But I had one guy willing to get 150 for it, but it didn't have an HVAC, and it needs some things done. So people are negotiating.
Okay, but so let me ask you a question. Do you think that if I was able to bring you a deal that's in better condition than this one, it will need a new roof, but HVAC is good, but it's going to need like a, interior remodel. It'll need a new roof and an interior remodel. Do you think that there's going to be, interest in it around like 140 to 150?
Yeah, I think so. I would reach out to, I have a couple of investors. I'll reach out to them first and see, what they say, and get them to come by. And you say it just needs a new roof, right?
That's going to be the major mechanical. It's also going to need an interior remodel. It's livable on the inside, but it's going to,
Because it's like, is that over there? I mean, are you familiar with the area over there?
I mean, no, honestly,
So it's right by the VA, so it's literally right down the street from the VA. So it's like in an area that it's still establishing. So it's just like just all about trying to contact the right investor that knows the area and go from there.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing under contract at a price where, if you're able to help me find someone around 140, 150, you and I can both make some money.
Okay, cool. All right.
Well, I appreciate your help. I thank you for giving me some color on this. Like I said, I'm going to call this seller back and see if I can get some paperwork put together. And then if I can, I'm going to give you a call again. Okay?
All
right. I appreciate your help. Thank you, Mr. Hanna. Okay. Very important to know, right? Basically, that house is, even though it's for sale of 170, it's probably going to trade like 145. So my initial numbers are correct, right? Basically, we need to be getting this thing. The most we could pay is 130. Right.
That's kind of where my numbers came in. I overkilled the repairs, actually. I had it around 65. I think I originally put it at 70 just because of the new roof and full interior, but apparently that was too much.
Oh, I'd rather you err on that. I mean, the thing that I know is just that I can look at these other remodels and like, it's, we're not going fucking balls to wall over here. Like running it at like, 35, 40 bucks a square foot is fine.
Okay.
However, in your position, if you don't know, it's definitely better to err on the side of caution there.
For sure. My MAO, when I underwrote it, when I talked to her last week, was like 110.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do, Will, is I'm going to come in low. I'm going to offer $122,000 for it. And I'm not going to go above my number. And then if I can get it signed, great. If not, you're going to want to call her tomorrow and go up to 130.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
What's her name? Treva?
Yeah, Treva.
Hello, Treva?
Yeah.
Treva, it's Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes.
I'm Tyson.
Hey, so I have some great news. I just spoke with my partners on this property, and we did get you qualified for an offer. Do you have a couple minutes I can go over what we got you qualified for?
Hang on 1 second. Okay.
All right. So I was able to speak with them. We were able to get it qualified for an all cash offer where we are covering all of the closing costs. There will be no realtor fees, no sales commissions, anything like that. So the number we offer you is the number you get, right? Minus whatever's owed on the property. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And also I talked about, I talked to them about what you said of, you want to be able to be on your way before Christmas. So what we got done is we can go ahead and put the closing date any day that week of the holidays. We can even do like the first of the year, and it would be on or before, meaning as soon as you were ready, when you were like, hey, I'm ready to get paid and go, we can go ahead and do it on that day. Does that sound good? Or does that make sense? Does that make sense?
I don't mind closing anytime between now and before Christmas. If we can do before Christmas, that would be good as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is basically we put it so that it can be any time before.
Oh, okay. Anytime before Christmas, we can close.
Yeah, you just let us know. So you have, as much or as little as time as you want.
Okay.
So with that being said, the approved offer to purchase your property, again, this is all cash buying the property as is, no fees, nothing like that, is $121,400.
Well, it's a little less than I wanted. It's not going to leave a whole lot for me to get a lot of things done.
What kind of things done are you looking at?
Well, like I said, I needed a bit more cash up front. At least 130.
At least 130, you think?
Yeah, at least 130.
I don't know. So, I was really, I brought them all the facts and about the property, and I really pushed hard, and I was actually really, really happy with this offer at 121,400. You said that we might owe, 75,000 on the property. So this would have you walking away in your pocket with over $45,000. You don't think there's any way we can make that work?
Let me do some number crunching and see, because as I said before, I have looked at some places that I can move into.
Okay.
I can rent for now. But it's going to take more cash than I was paying here.
Okay.
A lot more. So let me do some number crunching and see if that will work.
Okay. Is this something where you'll be able to give me a call back today?
I will certainly try.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll tell you. What? How about go ahead, look at that, because I can have this. I can go ahead and hold this offer through today. And then if I haven't heard from you in a couple hours, I'll go ahead and give you a call and kind of see where you're at, and we can go from there, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, awesome. Then if any other questions come up in between now and then, feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call, okay?
Okay, will do.
All right, awesome. Well, looking forward to hearing from you. Like I said, reach out if you have any questions, and if I haven't heard from you, I'll give you a call in a couple hours, okay?
Okay, thanks, Tyson.
All right, thank you. Talk to you soon. All right. What's this girl's name? Treva? I need to add her into my phone. All right. So don't do anything, Will, until tomorrow. I am going to call her back and remind me in 2 hours to call Treva. I will call her again in 2 hours and see, and I'm going to try and get it closed. But that's a good deal at 121 for sure. So one thing I want you guys to take note of there is, dude, there's never any reason to immediately raise your price, even if it's at something back when I first got started, I immediately would have been like, okay, if I could get 130, should I go back, But here's the deal is I'm going to hold at my price, be like, I really feel like based on the repairs and everything, this is a really good price. And I don't even have to justify it. I just have to tell her that I think it's good. And now I'm going to talk to her again. More than likely, she's going to try and push out 130, whatever. I'll go up to 125. And basically that'll be my last, look, we'll get you an extra $2,500 here. Come on, this is good. We'll see what we can do there. And then if not, you'll be able to call her tomorrow, 130, make it happen.
Okay, sweet.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Cool. Well, look, I know that there are more properties. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get to any more today. But I want to ask you guys, did you guys find this helpful?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
your tonality, how you hit on conversations makes a big difference too.
Okay, good. Well, look, I mean, this is fun for me. I love this shit. We've had some pretty hairy deals, which Jacob, I see you're still in here. I'm still going to keep working on that. I need to call this lawyer that I just got the contact info for, and I'll see what's going on with him. But yeah, there's some good stuff to look at. It's not always nice when a wholesale deal is easy. As we see today, it's more often than not easy. There's always some other shit we got to deal with, and that's just part of the job. But that's why every single deal, man, you just get better and better at handling the shit, and then it's just that's what makes you extremely profitable and very valuable, is knowing how to do that kind of stuff. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming. I will definitely be doing more of these. Obviously not gonna be able to get another one in this month, but I'll definitely do one again in December, and I'll just let you know, because we could probably do one that second week of December. I think I'm gonna be available. We'll do another thing like this. We can come call some leads. As long as you guys are getting value for it, I'm down to come do it. So anyways, appreciate you guys joining. I'll post this recording in school somewhere. If you guys do want to come back, or there's any conversations, anything like that. I'll follow up with you on my conversation with Treva later. Flavio, I'll follow up with you on whatever we're going to do with Anthony, and I'll get him out of contract tonight. Or at worst case, no, fuck, I can't do tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. So yes, tonight. Hello, Treva?
Yes.
Hey, Treva, this is Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes. We had spoke last Friday about your property over on Grinnell Street in Dallas.
Okay.
Last we had spoke, I had made you an offer for the property, and you said that you had to do some thinking to see if it would make sense. I was wondering if you were able to figure out if it was something you wanted to move forward with or not.
What was your name again?
Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes.
I am so sorry, Tyson. I have spoken to so many people. I'm trying to keep the list of everyone I've spoken with, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Oh, no worries at all. So you and I had discussed the property. We talked about what might be needed for it, what you were trying to do. I know when we had originally talked on, actually, I'm sorry, I said Friday. It was actually on Tuesday of last week that we had spoke. But you had said that you'd be looking to move before Christmas was the day. And I talked about that, and I was able to get it approved where we could actually have you on or before Christmas. So it'd essentially be, you just kind of choose which date, and then on that day, you'd be able to be moved out. You get paid for the property, everything like that. Our offer was to buy your property as is, meaning you didn't have to make any repairs or clean anything out. It was kind of just take everything you want for the property, leave everything else behind. There were no real estate commissions or sales commissions. So the amount we were offering is the total amount you get. And we also had it even approved that my company was to pay all of the closing costs. So all of the fees that the title company charges, the transfer taxes, everything like that, we would actually take care of. Our offer for your property was for $121,400.
I do remember that vaguely. So much has happened with that since that time.
Yeah? Well, catch me up to speed.
Oh, well, I mean, life.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and traveling and this and that and the other. So I apologize. I've spoken to quite a few people. But I have decided that I have gotten a couple of offers above that.
Okay.
Yes. And you were one of the ones to pay moving fees, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I have decided that I don't want to close until maybe the 1st or the 2nd of January.
Oh, yeah, that's completely fine.
And because of some other things that are involved as well, I'm going to need a little bit more than 121.4.
Okay.
And I've gotten a couple of offers that are above that.
So let me ask you a question, Treva. If we could go ahead, we could get this done for you where we would be able to help you move, right? We'd pay for some movers. Like I said, we'd be buying the property as is, still covering the closing costs. There's no commissions. What would that amount need to be for us to be able to do a deal?
At least 130.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there are some other fees that are going to have to come out of this. So
130 is my MAO, by the way. That's the most I can pay for the house.
It's going to be very, very small. And since I'm having to move and pay more than I originally have been paying, then I'm going to have to require even a little bit more.
Okay. So just so I understand this correctly, it sounds like you have some other things coming up, but if we were able to do the same deal that I had talked about, but I was able to get you 130,000, is there anything else you need to figure out before you decided to move forward?
Other than closing around the 2nd, no. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. So if I can go back to my underwriters and I can say, hey, listen, Trev is very sweet. We should definitely pay $130,000 for a property, and I could get that approved. Is that something you'd be ready to move forward with paperwork today?
I don't know that I'd be ready to move forward with it today, but I would definitely consider it.
Okay. So what else would you need to figure out before you were ready to move forward?
Just the time to figure out some other things I need to do.
Okay. Like what?
As I said before, I have a lot of things. I have a car here that I need to get to the shop. I need to figure out where I'm going and the cost of that, what's going to be available to me at that time in order to make that move and be able to afford that monthly rent at least for a year before I can purchase something and move on, decide where I'm going to be permanently. So there's a number of things I'm having to think about in the meantime. This sort of came about very, very quickly. I think I mentioned to you before, it was my mom's home. She didn't have a will, so I've had to go through, getting it into my name and taking care of the heirs that were involved and that sort of thing. So it's just sort of a whirlwind right now, especially during the holidays. I've had some deaths in the family, moves to attend. There's just been a lot of things. I'm working in the meantime. There's a lot of things going on. So rather than be in a rush to get things done. I just need a little time as I go along to figure out, look at the offers that are being made, and decide what it is that I want, what's good for me as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the smart thing to do. So is it more of a concern of like that maybe closing on January 2nd would be too early for you? Like maybe, like what if you could actually have some more time? Do you think that would be helpful?
Not necessarily. If I figure out it is, then I still have the ability to push that out a bit more if I choose to, without having to make any firm decision with anyone right now up until that time. Because originally I was wanting a lot more than anyone was offering for it, and I was looking at something lesser. But because of the way I'm going about it, yes, I am selling as is, so I know that makes a bit of a difference. But I do understand too that the benefit that you guys are going to get out of it also. I've been told by others that live and have moved on this in this area that the property is more expensive than the house itself. And I know that it's going to be to your benefit, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the deal is we just want to make sure that we're providing you with the best situation for you. So it sounds to me like you have a car that you are trying to get figured out. What's the deal with the car?
Well, the car has a new motor, but we had some unfortunate mishap with the weather where a tree fell through the sunroof. So I need to have that repaired. It hasn't been driven in a while, not since I had a new motor installed a few years ago. So I want to make sure that I can get it to the shop, get it running again, and get it out of here. As well, it's not something I want to leave. I require a little bit of cash, not sure how much, just as of yet. So just a number of things, but I want to give myself time not to rush into anything that I will regret later. So I'm just looking at all my options and talking to other relatives who have gone through the loss of parents and things of that nature, and what they dealt with, some of their obstacles and things, hurdles that they had to jump over. So I'm just not in a rush at this particular moment to do anything, but I am needing to do something soon.
Right.
I had decided that before Christmas would be a good time, or I needed to, but then on the other hand, on second thought, that creates even more stress for me internally.
Yeah.
So if I can get it done by the 1st of January, that would be much better than trying to rush, work through the Christmas holidays and everything else that's coming up and be totally stressed out.
Yeah, well, we don't want that. And that's kind of what I'm trying to be able to help with. But I think that you need to be able to make sure that you're making the best decision for you. So that's where I'm just trying to understand it, what I could possibly do to help and take away some of that stress. It sounds to me, you correct me if I'm wrong here, Treva, but it sounds to me like it might be very helpful for you. What let me tell you about an idea, and you tell me what you think about this. Something that we have been able to do in the past for others. Now I'm not sure if it's what you'd want, but something we have been able to do in the past with others is where we actually close on the property. The seller gets paid for it, and then they're still able to stay in the property rent-free for another couple of weeks. So they actually get the money for the property, and then they're able to spend another couple of weeks staying there to get all their ducks in a row. If we were able to do something like that for you, where maybe we were able to close, maybe before Christmas, maybe on January 2nd, but then you could actually stay in the property for another couple of weeks after that to get all your ducks in a row. Do you think that that is something that would be helpful for you?
It would be helpful and something I would consider.
Okay. So, what would a perfect situation like that look like for you?
As I just said, that would be something that I would definitely consider.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's only something that we've been able to do in certain occasions. So it would be, like if you had an idea of like, hey, if we could, if we could close on this day and I get paid and then I have until this day, right? If you could actually map that out for me of what the best situation for you, then it could be something I can see if I could get done.
Well, as I said before, I think for me right now, closing, and this could change. I just need to talk to a few more people about the taxes that are due, different things of that nature. We are at the close of the year, so I want to go ahead and take care of that or see what I need to do to take care of it on my end, or if it even needs to be. And some other little things that I need to square away with, like I said, things that are going on this end, and that will make it easier for me.
Gotcha.
But now I have decided that maybe the day after January 2nd would be a better day to close, or somewhere along that line, rather than before Christmas. I was doing here and there, traveling, doing different things, getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, if you weren't able to close like on that day, would that cause a problem for you?
On that day specifically? No, if it's the next day.
Well, I mean, like, for instance, let me just, like, if you weren't able to close that first week of January, if it all of a sudden it wasn't until the end of January, is that going to be a problem?
I think that would be a little long, yes.
Well, the reason why I say that is just because, I mean, these things do take time, right? Like, especially in December. Like, if you're wanting to get a closing date that's in the beginning of January, this is kind of something that you have to get moving on, because these title companies, they've got people that are taking off for the holidays. It's already going to be a busy month. So if it's important to you to be able to do that soon, right, this is kind of something that you need to get buttoned up sooner rather than later. Because the last thing I want to see is if, you know, you postpone making a decision and then all of a sudden it's not something that you can get done until late January.
I don't foresee it being that late. I know some folks that work at title. Actually, I used to work at a title company myself, so I know there will be title companies will be open during that time. Might be not the one that I want or you want, but there'll be a title company that will be open.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes, they're open, but I mean, I'm just like, we're buying a lot of houses right now. I've got 2 right now that we're trying to close on because the seller wanted it to be early. He wanted to get paid before Christmas, and this is something that where we have a contract to buy it, and that was early in October. But the problem is, now these properties are in Tennessee, so, things are different, but things get backed up, right? And in order for it to close, there are things that need to happen, right? The title company has to do their title search. They need to get the abstract of title. And then if there are other things, taxes, liens, or anything like that, there's nothing we can do about that, right? Until it gets taken care of. Now, I don't foresee that being a problem or anything like that, but I'm just trying to be helpful here, because it sounds to me like getting this taken care of, getting it buttoned up, and getting it behind you, getting that money in your pocket is important. I just want to make sure that, if there is something I can do to help, that I am able to do that.
Nothing that I can think of. I have been working with a title company that's been able to do some things I needed to do on my end. So,
you said you've been working with a title company?
Yes.
To do what?
To have some things taken care of on my end that I needed to take care of, because my mom did not have a will when she passed away. So I had to do a number of things in order to satisfy it being sold. Gotcha.
Okay. And have those been completed?
Yes, they are completed.
Okay. Well, so is what I'm trying to figure out, Treva, it sounds to me like you just haven't gotten an offer that takes care of everything you need. Because, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
You are 100% sure that you want this property sold, right?
Yes.
And you are 100% sure that you want to have it closed and be paid sometime before the second week of January? Whether that be after Christmas or during that first week or something like that?
Perfectly after the first, yes.
Okay. So what is left to figure out then? Is it just that you haven't gotten an offer that gives you, a good enough offer?
That's one of the things that being able to take care of the other thing ringing hanging that I need to take care of.
Yeah.
These months are going by so fast, and it seems like every week there's less time, which is true, but it feels like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So it just gives me a bit more time to do some of the things that I need to do on my end.
Okay. So what would you need to see in an offer where you felt comfortable? You're like, yeah, this is what I need. This gets me taken care of. People like this, bro, they need to be pushed to make a decision.
I don't know if I mentioned to you because I've talked to so many people. I don't remember who I told what to. I was originally asking or hoping for about $200,000. I know that's being a bit unrealistic because I'm selling it as is. If I were to go through a realtor, it may be a possibility, or even more. Well, there's many possibilities. There's always possibilities. But I was wanting at least 150 sold, but I would have enough money to do the things that I need to do since I'm living in the property currently. So I'm getting less than I want, and I'm just trying to figure out how to make that work.
Gotcha. Okay. And so,
and with the car and other things that are here that I need to take care of as well.
yeah. So last we spoke, you said that you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just say, now again, I know our offer is less than 130, but let's just say I could get 130 and you owe 75. We're covering all the closing costs. That has you walking away with $55,000 in your pocket, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, around here.
So you said you're currently living here, right? On the property in Grinnell?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then last we had spoke, I know you had said that you have an idea of where you're going to move to. Is that correct?
But it all depends on if something is available at that time.
Okay. And have you reached out to are you looking to buy or rent?
For right now, I'm just looking to rent.
Okay.
We won't be buying for maybe another year.
Okay.
So it's just, since this is going to be quick and in a hurry, I'm thinking that that maybe, just to rent for now would be a
I think it's a smart decision. Let the interest rates come down.
It will give me a chance to decide exactly where it is I want to live, what area, and take my time in choosing that property.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And of course, saving money in order to purchase something.
Yes. So.
That's the number one point, because after paying rent for a year, I am fine. Well, I've never actually rented or leased an apartment or have something of that nature, and I'm finding that's a little bit more expensive than I imagined right now.
Yeah. Well, how much are they?
The range that I'm finding is anywhere from 17 to 24 a month, plus it goes up from there.
Okay.
And that's just for small units.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Well, I mean, even if it's on the high end of that, right? Even if you're at $2,400 a month, the proceeds you'll get from the sale of this property on Grinnell Street will cover that for, that's only half a year, right? Or I'm saying, like, even if you're paying $2,400 a month in rent, if you get $55,000 from this property on Grinnell, you're taken care of for almost 2 years. Like, the rent's covered. Am I wrong?
That would be fine if that was the only living expense I had.
Okay.
But there are other expenses added to that as well.
Got it.
That's just not the rent itself. There are other living expenses.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, you know for yourself, what kind of expenses do you have?
Oh.
Do you pay each month? Those living expenses. There's more to living than just rent.
No, for sure.
Mortgage.
I think if I told this lady my living expenses, she'd have a fucking heart attack.
There's medical, we know what those things are. I don't have to list that out for you.
No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to see, like, if I could, I'm just trying to be helpful here. My bad. Well, so, I mean, I'm just looking at your options here, because if the number you're trying to get, right, if you wanted to get $200,000 for the property, would you be willing to do some things to the house? Would you be willing to, put some work into it?
Possibly.
Okay. Because, I mean, just to be honest with you, that would be our plan, right? My plan is I think that you could we'd be shooting to sell this for $215,000. Just being transparent with you, right? For us, this entire thing is a math equation. And I know that in order for me to sell your property for $215,000, there's some things I'm gonna have to do. Number one, I'm gonna have to turn the garage back into a garage, okay? I'm gonna need to redo the flooring in the property. I'm gonna need to put a new kitchen in the property. I'm gonna need to redo the bathrooms in the property, all right? That is gonna cost me $45,000 to do those things, okay? So if I spend $45,000 on the property, I should be able to sell it for $215,000. When I sell it for $215,000, I'm gonna have to sell it with a realtor. That's gonna cost me about 5% to pay the realtor who sells it, to pay the buyer's agent, to pay closing costs. So now I'm sitting around $204,000. I'm gonna pay closing costs with you when I buy it, and that's gonna cost me $3,000. Like I said, it's gonna cost me $45,000 to put work into the property, so it's worth $215,000. So all said and done, if I buy this property from you for $130,000, I spend $45,000 more of my own money, and it's gonna take me 4 months to do this. I stand to walk away with about $20,000 in profit for that. And that's kind of like I can't do it for any less, right? And nor can any other investor. So I think if we're looking at this, I think you have a couple options here. If you want the property to be sold and you want to be paid the first week of January, you have to sell it as is to an investor. Alternatively, you could probably get more money if you listed it on the market with a realtor. However, if you do that, you're not closing until February at the very minimum, okay? I'm looking at houses for sale right now in your area that are similar to yours. And these comps are, the closest one to you has been on the market for 110 days. So it's taking a while for properties to sell. So I think we need to look at this and say, hey, what's most important, right? Is it worth it to me to try and get some, now let me actually, I want to give you really good advice here. So give me a second here, and I'm gonna look at this property again, and I'm gonna give you, now look, this is my honest opinion. This is me taking off my buyer's hat, putting on my advisor's hat. I'm talking to you as though, you know, you're my sister. Like, here's the advice I'd give my sister. So I think if you listed your house on the market as is, without doing any work, right, of what that property is gonna sell for, and again, I'm not a realtor who's gonna, like, you know, try and, you know, say it's gonna sell for more or whatever, just to try and get your business, right? I'm just trying to be helpful, trying to be honest.
Well, I appreciate that. I have a cousin who's a realtor, so, you know, I understand.
So there's a very similar house to yours. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. That's for sale for $199,000. It's been up for 17 days. I think it'll probably sell for that. Now, yours is probably nicer though than that one. There's another one that has some work done to it, right? That's for sale for $219,000. It's been up for 37 days and they just did a price cut. So that's not great. But I think based on what I'm looking at right now, I think that you could sell your house for $200,000 on the market. Now, like I said, it's not gonna be quick. Houses right now, especially in this neighborhood, are taking a long time to sell. But if you sell it for $200,000, you're gonna need to pay a realtor, you're gonna need to pay closing costs. That'll probably have you walking away with somewhere around $180,000, $180 to $185, okay? So you stand to make an extra probably $40,000 if you sell it with a realtor. But it's probably gonna take you, like my hard-earned hearts here, my actual opinion is gonna take you 90 days minimum to actually have this property listed, deal with the showings, do whatever work to the property that the realtor requests, right? Clean it up. And then if all goes perfect, an extra 90 days to have the property sold and you get paid for it. Do you think that that would be worth it to you?
No, and I've already thought those thoughts. As I said, I have a cousin who's in real estate, and she's come out and looked at the property and gave me her opinion, which is somewhat like yours.
Okay.
And that's why I decided that I would go the opposite direction. But I still know what I need in order to survive for the next year until I can make the next move.
Okay. And what is that?
To decide where it is that I want to live, and then in that area, I'll purchase something, and then if everything works out well, hopefully purchase in that area, I'm hoping.
Okay. So what do you need to be able to go ahead and do that?
At least the funds need to be available. That's what I'm needing. I'm needing the funds to be available.
Okay. Well, I mean, it just, the way I'm looking at this is the only way I can slice it and dice it, right? Is I think that the absolute most, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm telling you, right, for me, if we're doing it the way we're talking about, buying it as is, where we're covering the closing costs, right? Be able to close in the time frame you're looking for, no realtor fees, anything like that. The absolute most I can pay for this property is going to be around probably 100. So basically for me, it's a math equation, right? And the number on my screen right now is $128,565.
128. What was that again?
$128,565.
Okay, well, that's not far from 130.
No, it's not.
130.
Here's what I will tell you, Treva, is for me, I'm not gonna squabble over the $1,500, okay? But here's my predicament, is I'm understanding that you're wanting to get this done, but the problem is we are in December 1st right now, and if I tell you that I'm gonna close on your property in the first week of January, I have to get something figured out quick, right? Meaning we have to be able to get the ball rolling, okay? Because the last thing I want is for you to call me next week or the week after and say, okay, hey, Tyson, I'm ready. And then I can't tell you, hey, I can't do this in this time, because I've done this for a long time. I've bought hundreds of houses.
So what do you need to do to get the ball rolling?
I have to get some paperwork. I have to get an agreement with you that says, hey, basically Tyson is gonna buy my house. He's gonna pay all the closing costs. He's buying it as is, so I don't need to make any repairs, and we're closing on this date. Because with that, then I can go ahead and get the ball rolling with the title company, so that, because for me, I'm buying it cash. Like the actual close date, I could close in a week if we didn't have to go through a title company. But we obviously do go through a title company, because we need to make sure that you can actually sell the property, and that of course I actually can buy it and everything like that, and that it's done correctly, right? But that takes time, right? And especially in December, especially with the holidays coming up. And I know this because I've done it hundreds of times. And I back when I was a beginner, I remember, I thought that, okay, I can still just close, in 14 days or whatever, like I can in the other months when it's not the holidays. And all of a sudden it's the holidays, and I'm unable to do that, and closings are extended. And then I'm left with sellers who are unhappy. And the last thing I ever want to do is have a seller unhappy. My thing that I want to do, Treva, is I want to under promise and over deliver. I want everything to be better than what you thought it was going to be, right? And that's why I want to manage expectations here.
Okay. Well, that's not changing much.
So basically, here's what I'm telling you, is I think I can get you the 130K, but it's something that we need to be able to make a decision on.
Okay, and let's see, that sounds good. I can go for that. You did say all closing costs, no fees.
So here, are you in front of a computer right now?
No, I'm not.
Or do you have access to your email on your phone?
No, not at the moment. As a matter of fact, I was getting ready to take my phone to the shop. That's last night, but for whatever reason, I can't even see emails on my phone anymore.
All right. When would you have access to your email?
Probably in the next couple hours. I'm just not in right now.
Okay. Here's what I can do is I can give you a call in 2 hours, or you can let me know for sure when you'll be in front of the computer, and I can show you what the offer looks like. That shows, hey, we're paying this much. Tyson's paying all the closing costs. Tyson's buying the property as is, meaning I don't have to make any of these repairs. I don't have to clean up. I can take the stuff I want and I can leave. There's no realtor fees, everything like that, everything we talked about, right? Also that, hey, we're gonna go ahead and close on this day. If Treva wants it to be earlier, we can do that too. Everything you want to see, right? Go through and make sure you fully understand it. Is that can we do that in a couple hours?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so when exactly should I give you a call back?
Give me a call back at about, I should be home by 3:30.
Okay, what time is it for you right now?
It's 12:51.
Okay. All right, so I'll give you a call in an hour and a half.
What time is it for you?
It is 11:51 for me right now.
And you're in Arizona?
Yes. Yep.
So, what time are you gonna call me?
In an hour and a half.
1 to 2:30?
Or does that work for you?
I don't know if I'll be home by 2:30.
All right.
That's why I said probably 3:30.
Okay. Okay.
3:30 my time.
So 2.5 hours from now.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
3:30 my time.
Perfect. All right. I have it in my calendar.
All right. And what is your last name? Is Smith?
Yes, Tyson Smith. I'll go ahead. Treva, do you get text to this number?
Yes.
Here, I'm going to text you my name and the company website, okay?
Yes, please do. That would be great.
Cool. And then if you have any questions between now and then, I've got some other houses, some other deals I'm looking at, but just go ahead and shoot me a text or give me a call, okay?
Will do.
Awesome. All right. Well, I look forward to speaking with you then.
All right, thanks so much.
All right. Talk soon. Bye-bye. So, bro, this is a seller that I have seen a million times before, bro. It's somebody, they need to make a decision, but they're scared, okay? Now, that's why I had to walk her through everything. I had to walk her through, well, why don't you fucking list the house? You can get more money, right? And that's why I'm straight up with her, right? I told her, hey, you can get $40,000 more, right? But she knows she can't do that. She knows she doesn't have the time. And she knows what I'm saying is right? I'm not treating her poorly, dishonestly, or anything like that. I'm telling her the fucking truth. But you have to get somebody to make a decision, right? And she needed to see that. And the thing is, and this is something that it's very hard to do, and I'm not even a master at it by any means, but I need her to feel like it's her idea. All right. JV in Florida, need a buyer, 3-bed, 2-bath. Cassandra, go to jvwithtyson.com, submit it, and I will look at it right now. Got an offer for my property, 130K. Can you tell me if it's a good deal? Ryan, are you talking about that property we looked at in Baltimore? I was a pie cap at Bama. Remind me in 2.5 hours to call Treva. Okay. What was it again? It's here. Let me just go ahead and comment this shit. All right, was that an inbound lead? That was one of my students' leads, actually. I don't know how he got this from texting. So on Tuesday, I did a call with my students where they could submit their leads to me and I would close them for them. All right, I just put where you can, that's where you submit JV deals, okay? www.jvwithtyson.com. All right, do you offer personal mentorship? Yes, I do. If you want me to help you close your first deal in the next 90 days, guaranteed, where I will show you exactly what markets to be in. I will build a marketing plan for you. I will analyze all your deals. I will help you sell your deal. I will hold your hand through the entire process. And I will help you close your first deal in 90 days, guaranteed, or you get your money back. Go ahead and click the link in my bio. Why is she stuck in the situation? I don't fucking know, actually. That's a good question. I can't remember. I literally just randomly called that girl. I hadn't talked to her in a fucking week. Again, this isn't even my lead. It was one of my students' leads. Tyson, how soon would VAs be valuable? I have 24K incoming this month. Depends on what structures you already have with Kobe. So that's another thing I do with my inner circle students is once they close their first deal, they actually get paid. I get with them and I build out a plan for scaling. In fact, I'm gonna make a video about this today of the #1 mistake I see beginners make is they close their first deal and then they don't reinvest the money right. A lot of them want to, they don't go blow the money on fucking Gucci. They actually try to reinvest in their business, but they don't do it the right way. And then it just completely fucks them and they're back to square one. All right.
Hello.
Hello, Treva.
Yes.
Hey, it's Tyson Smith with Scotty Jane Homes.
Hi, Scotty. I'm sorry. Tyson. I don't know what Scotty came from.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, I was thinking from your Scotty what homes?
Yeah, it's Scotty Jane Homes.
Scotty Jane. Is that, are those your kids' names?
That is my daughter's name, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's actually what we're doing. Like that's the mission of the company. You know, we're buying houses and hopefully, building something so my little girl is able to hopefully get some real estate or at least send her to college.
Absolutely, I definitely understand. How old is she?
She is 6 months old.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brand new.
Yeah, she's my first one, and I feel incredibly blessed.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Do you have kids?
I do. I have one daughter and 4 grandkids.
Oh, that's amazing.
And 3 great-grandkids.
There we go. I love to hear it. Do you get to see them often?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They live not too far away. I saw them on Thanksgiving.
Oh, good. How was it?
Oh, great. It was great.
All right. Good stuff.
Looking forward to Christmas.
What's that?
Looking forward to the Christmas.
Yep.
That's the time of day.
Yeah. Same here. Well, so is now a good time that you'd be in front of your computer that I could go ahead and show you what I've got prepared for you?
Yeah, let me change. Tell you what, let me call you right back. I'm gonna change locations and get in there and turn everything on.
All right.
I'll call you right back. That's okay.
Yep. Perfect. All right, there we go, boys. You guys are about to watch live as I close a deal that'll make me between $15,000 and $25,000. I'll tell you what, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. If I get this deal closed, like if I can get it contracted and I can get photos of it on the same call, then I will go ahead and sell the deal live too. Now I can't sell the, or actually I probably still can. Either way, we're gonna try and sell the deal live. All right, I'm putting together the contract right now, so I just have it ready and I can send it to her. And I can just send it to her right away. And I've already verified she's the only name on title. I just need to put together the contract really quick. So I'm just adding the address. I'm getting the APN from virtualflipleads.com. Earnest money, $100 as per usual. Purchase price, $130,000. Close of escrow, we're gonna say on or before. Let's see, we're gonna do on or before, and we'll do the first week of January. We'll say on or before January, we might need to change this, but we'll do on or before January 2nd of 2026. For title company, I'm just putting to be determined. Mostly because off the top of my head, I don't know what title company I use in Dallas. Is this the lady from yesterday? Yeah. Let's see here, 20-day inspection period. Perfect, perfect. Buyer to pay all closing costs, perfect. Buying the house as is. Yes, I'm also including an AIF to sign listing docs so I can list this on the market to find a buyer if I need. I don't think I will, but either way, I'm still gonna get it signed. Cause why the heckin' frick not? Cool. All right, cool. We are ready to go. I just need to get her email. All right. I need to be ready to also mute this. Cool. All right, yeah, so when she calls back, we'll get this done. Nice Rolly, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Not a big watch guy, I've talked about this before. This has always been my dream watch. I bought it as a present to myself when I closed my first ever deal that I made over $100,000 on. It was actually 1 year, almost 1 year to the day from when I got started wholesaling. I got started wholesaling in May of 2020. By May of 2021, I closed my first deal, made over 100K, bought this watch, way overpaid for it. That's a whole different story. I'll have to tell my first watch buying story later. But did that. A month later, bought a 911. So yeah, things escalated quickly, or things just do escalate quickly when you learn how to wholesale. All right, you're gonna make fake calls for the rest of your life and act like you make money. Yeah, that's right, dude. I just make fake calls. I just close all these fake deals, and that's why I live in a 5,500 square foot house with a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, a Porsche, you know, $5,000 English Bulldog watch, you know, get to travel all the time, wear sick clothes, work whenever I want to. Yeah, bro, it's just from fake calls. You guys should try it. You guys should try it. When did you get married? I got married in October of last year. All right, most people don't have to brag about these things. Guys, I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm showing you guys what's possible. Here's Treva. All right, all set up?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay, all right.
All right, are you in front of your computer?
I will.
All right, first things first, I'm gonna need your email address.
At Gmail. Yeah, gmail.com, yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go over right now and confirm everything that I have here on my end. Let's see here. So it's agreement to for us to purchase the property, all cash, buying it as is. We're covering all the closing costs. Total purchase price net to you, $130,000. I have the close of escrow to be on or before the 2nd of January. So I wanted to double check with you if you wanted to pull up a calendar right now. Again, if we want to close earlier, it's no problem. Is the 2nd kind of what you were thinking, or would you rather it be that following week, sometime the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th?
Well, I was thinking about that a bit earlier. It was because I wanted to see with the mortgage company was going to do about the taxes, the county property taxes that were going to be due. If I needed to pay them, or if they were going to pay them, and I think they probably will because they usually do.
Yeah.
But I didn't necessarily want them to at this point. But anyway, that doesn't matter because it's the 2025 taxes anyway, so it doesn't matter if we close before that time or not. So actually, you were speaking of the 20th. As long as I have a place to move them to by then, that's fine.
Okay.
There's no point in waiting until January once I thought about the only reason that was
okay.
really holding me back.
Gotcha. And so the 20th, you're saying the 20th of December?
Yeah, is that too soon?
No, it's not too soon. It's just the 20th is a Saturday and title companies won't be open. So we can do the 19th, which is that Friday, or the 22nd, which is a Monday.
Oh, the 22nd.
All right. Okay. So we'll do on or before December 22nd. And then I've got here, we're paying all the closing costs. We're buying the property as is. You don't need to make any repairs, anything like that. Everything else is super standard stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this right now to myself. I'm gonna go through and confirm it. And then in a second, you're gonna get an email that is going to say Tyson Smith. It's gonna be from Tyson Smith via DocuSign. And it's gonna say offer for, and then your property address. I'm just coming through, double checking it, making sure I have everything spelled correctly. I've been doing this a long time, but you'd probably be amazed at how often I make some spelling errors in the address or things like that. It's a little bit embarrassing.
Well, we all do.
All right, I just completed it, so everything looks good. It's gonna show up in your end any moment now.
Let's see, there you go.
Have you used DocuSign before?
Yes, I have in the past for various other things, yes.
Okay. So what we want to do is, once you get that email, there'll be a button in the middle that says review documents. When you press that, it's gonna pop up something saying, hey, this is an electronic signing software. You just need to agree to that. That's not you actually signing or agreeing to anything. It's just saying, hey, I agree to use DocuSign. And once you do that, it'll open up a document, and at the very top, it'll say Scotty Jane Holmes. So will you just let me know when you get to that screen?
Okay. All right. Tonight, Grinnell Street.
You got to the page?
Yes, I am.
All right. So I want you to be able to look through this just real quick. I want to point out the most important parts. Number one is 1.1, where it says property address. Just make sure that we're talking about the same place. I sure hope we are. That address is correct.
Yeah, the address is tonight, Grinnell Street. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and then.
That section 101 is the property address?
Oh, 1.1, yeah.
I'm sorry, 1.1, okay.
Yeah. And then the most important part on this entire page is gonna be 1.5, where it says purchase price. As you can see, I was able to get it approved for $130,000 to you. And then we'll be able to see later, I'll go ahead and show you where it shows we're paying all the closing costs, we're buying it as is. There's no realtors listed on the contract, so there's no sales commissions or realtor commissions or anything like that. And then below there, we have the close of escrow where it says on or before 12/22. So what this means is once we get all the title work completed, if you want to close earlier, you just let us know and we'll be able to make that work. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then below there where it says escrow agent, you'll see that I've written in to be determined. The reason I've done that is because while I have several great title companies that we work with in the Dallas area, I want to reach out to them beforehand and see, hey, who is gonna be able to do this as soon as possible. Even though it's gonna be at a greater expense to me, I wanna make sure that this is all done, taken care of as soon as you want. So I'm gonna reach out to a few to see, hey, even though it might cost me some more money, just make sure that we have somebody who's gonna do it in time. As I told you yesterday, sometimes these title companies can get a bit lazy during the holidays, and that's why I wanna be able to make sure that I can talk to a few. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And you might want to, I don't know if that would be a conflict of interest, but you might want to try the one I've used.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but we can, if after we go through all this, if you want to give me their name, that would be, if you have somebody that you know, like, and trust. I do have a few, like I said, that I've worked with out there, and I want to check with them, but if you have somebody that you'd like to refer me to, I'd love to be able to have another trusted source to call.
Well, this is just the person who she was able to help me in getting my the property out of my mother's name and in my name, so that I could go ahead and proceed with the sale.
Okay, right on.
When you contact her, she said later on. Okay.
Okay. So after that, we've got seller, that's you. Buyer, there's We Buy Homes Cash LLC, doing business as Scotty Jane Homes. So We Buy Homes Cash is the company that owns Scotty Jane Homes. That's just saying we're the people buying the property. Below that, we have our inspection period. This is just the due diligence day for us to be able to get inside the property. Again, we're gonna coordinate with you, making sure that it all makes sense, that we're not, putting you out or anything like that. But at some point, we're gonna need to get a few of our contractors into the property just to confirm everything you told us about it. This isn't a full property inspection. It's just for us to go through. We already know that we're gonna be doing a ton of work to the property. We just need to make sure that there's not a meteor that just fell through the living room or anything like that.
Okay. And that's 20 days from what effective date?
The effective date is the day that this contract is agreed upon. So that would be today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Below that, we have closing amounts to be paid as follows. You'll notice that it is 100% by buyer, everything like that. All the closing costs will be paid for by us as the buyer.
Okay.
So those are the most important parts of that first page. Is there anything on there you have a question about?
That's the physical address.
Yes. Yes. Yep. So the legal description, we just have that. We say, hey, the escrow agent can give it to us. For the above that, where it says the APN, that's also, it's the assessor's parcel number. So I just went and pulled up the county records and I just got that from there.
Okay. Okay. And the earnest money, $100. What exactly is that?
That's the money we use just to open up the escrow account. So we go ahead, we deposit that into the title company's escrow account so that they have it there. So that when everything is clear to close, we send the $130,000. Well, it'd actually be $129,900 into the escrow account, but that's just what we use to open up the account with the title company.
Okay. Okay. And down to the very bottom, 1.1 personal property to be included. And the sale includes all things that are fixed.
Yes.
Attached.
So that means any.
If the oven's attached, which there is a wall unit, the air conditioner unit, things of that nature, water heater.
Yep. Anything like that. Basically, if it is like nailed into a wall, not meaning artwork or anything like that, but anything that is like screwed in, that would be considered something that, just traditionally conveys with the sale of a property. That's what it means. And then as you can see, and the following, and there's just an empty box. That's because we're not asking for anything else. As I told you earlier, and you'll see later in the agreement or in the offer that says, basically we're buying the property as is. You can leave stuff there if you want, right? As I told you, you take the things you want. You don't need to worry about taking any trips to the dump or anything like that. Anything you don't want, you just leave there and we'll take care of.
Okay. Well, since my mom and stepfather had been here for so long, especially my stepfather died early on, but my mom had been here for years, I need to go through everything just to make sure there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. But like I said,
there's a lot of things we had. I had sort of planned to maybe get a dumpster or something because there is going to be a lot of things that will be thrown out and will not be taken.
Well, I'm telling you, if you want to go ahead and do that, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to tell you not to, but as a service, as I told you, the very first time we spoke, we want to make this the seamless, most easiest thing you've ever done. So you're free to leave everything else there and we take care of it.
Well, I definitely accept that offer. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes it a lot easier.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so is there anything on that first page that we don't understand, or are we good to go there?
No, we're good to go there.
All right, there's gonna be a little checkbox. It'll be a little yellow or some different color on the bottom left that you can go ahead and.
Initials?
Yes. Now again, this isn't signing the entire thing. It's just saying, hey, this first page is good.
Right.
So once you go ahead, you can click that. You can either type in your initials, or you can draw them. Either way it works, just whichever one you prefer.
Okay.
And once you've done that, let me know and we can go on to the second page.
Well, so initial, is that initial to just, I don't have to do that right now, right?
Oh, no. You can come back and do it at the end after you've gone through everything.
Okay, so that takes us down to the...
Yep, 1.12 additional terms and conditions. So as you can see, this is just completely blank. This is where we can write in anything else if you find that something's missing or anything like that. Right now I have it blank because, as I said, everything we talked about is included in here. But if we go through and there's something you'd like to be added, we can talk about getting it put in here, okay? Okay. For the rest of this stuff, this is all super boilerplate stuff. Typically, people want me to go through and kind of explain it. If I start doing that and you don't want me to anymore and you'd rather just read it, just tell me, okay? But for section 2, where it says purchase and sale of the property, this is saying, hey, you want to sell the property, we want to buy it. Status of title, this is instructions to the title company saying that they're going to make sure that they deliver clear title, meaning they're going to make sure that they talk to your mortgage company, that they pay off that, everything like that, and then we're gonna have a clear, unadulterated title to the property once we buy it. Right. Inspection of and access to the property. This is saying that you're gonna make the property reasonably available to me and my company. As I told you, over the next week or so, we're gonna need to get our people in to verify what you told us about the property. Basically, we're gonna get our contractors and our financial partners into the property so that we know once we're ready to close, we have a plan, we're ready to go. We say, okay, and we're gonna be able to get our stuff moving on our end. As I told you, it's not a full blown inspection or anything like that. We already know we're planning to do work for the property. We just need to make sure that, as I told you, hey, there's not a meteor that hit the middle of the thing or anything that's just like way out of the ordinary. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that means it will take a couple hours?
No. 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And like I said, we'll work with you to figure out a time that works well for you for anything like that, okay?
Okay, all right.
Next, this is the instruction to release the deposit upon cancellation during the inspection period. This is saying that in the event that, we send somebody out there and basically the thing here, Treva, is that not everybody is as honest as you are, and we've actually had people tell us one thing about their property, and then when we send our people out there, it's a completely other story. We've had people, talk about all this new stuff they put in and all this and that to try and get a better price, and then we go out there and it's just not all that. In that event, we have to cancel the contract, and this is saying if we do have to do that, now again, I don't think you're gonna do this, but not everybody's as honest as you are, then we would be able to get that deposit back. Does that make sense?
Hang on one moment. I have allergies and I need to get some contracts.
Oh, I'm with you. My allergies have been insane this year. Yo, what do you guys think? Are we gonna close this deal right now? Wait. All right, guys. Let's do a smiling face if we're gonna close the deal. Do a crying face if you think that it's not closing. Oh, I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying my allergies have been insane this year. If I don't take some allergy medicine, I'm like, can't do anything.
Well, I need to be too. Usually I'm not bothered by allergies, not since high school. That was years ago.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm not sure what's in the air this year.
Oh,
there's nothing in the air, and I can sneeze all day one day, the next day I'm coughing, then it'll go away for a week, and then it's right back.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I start to get that tickle in my throat, and I know what's coming next.
For me, it's just I'm so itchy. Like my throat gets so itchy, my ears, my eyes. It's no fun.
Yep, the throat, the ears. Yep, that too. Okay. I think I should be aware of the instruction of release.
Yep.
Deposit.
Okay. So does that all make sense?
Yes.
All right. The next part is the lead-based paint disclosure. This is standard that just has to be in every single real estate offer. The most important part is you just read the last sentence there that says buyer waives the 10-day opportunity to conduct a lead-based paint inspection and risk assessment. We don't care if there's lead-based paint. Like I said, that's something we would take care of on every single property regardless.
Okay.
All right. After that, that'll bring us to the third page where it says as is purchase, existing condition as of close of escrow. Do you see that?
Yes.
So it's saying we are purchasing the property as is, meaning in the same condition as of the effective date, meaning after today, don't be taking sledgehammers to the walls or anything like that. But it's saying that, you don't need to we're not asking you to make any repairs. We're not asking you to clean up, anything like that, just as the property is. Does that make sense?
Yes. Got it.
Next, just goes over the escrow, the close of escrow, the closing costs. It's basically saying that we're going to use a title company. They're going to close. That we are going to pay the closing costs that are applicable to them as set forth in section 1.10. If you want to scroll up, or if you remember, 1.10 is that section that says closing amounts to be paid as follows, and it has all the check boxes that says buyers, 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 buyers. And this is just saying we're paying all the costs, right?
Okay.
Next thing, where it says cure notice, remedies, attorney's fees. This is other standard stuff that you have in every single real estate agreement. It's saying that basic standard stuff. If for some reason we do not pay you the amount we're supposed to, or whatever reason, and you have to call me and you sue me, that I'm gonna have to pay your attorney's fees because, of course, everything else like that. Next, no oral changes or representations. This is saying that this offer, everything is in here. You know, we have everything that we talked about. So that's why I said, again, if you feel that there's anything in here that I've missed that we didn't talk about, you let me know. But that this is the entire agreement.
Okay.
Then we have notices. This is saying that we can go ahead and communicate about this in writing, meaning we can use email, text, you know, like we are right now with the email, saying, you know, it doesn't need to be face-to-face or anything like that. Next, we have miscellaneous, where it says additional terms and conditions. That's saying that if we did write something up in that big box that I told you about, that would be a part of the agreement. The part of assignability innovation. This is saying we can assign to a third-party purchaser, meaning if we're working with a financial partner or we assign it to, you know, one of our other companies, that's totally fine. It doesn't affect, you know, anything with you. Next, we have buyer's marking of its contract interest. Do you know have you ever seen where you drove into a neighborhood and you see those like coming soon properties or the coming soon signs?
Probably.
This is saying that we can do that. Basically, what we want to do, especially once we get, you know, all of our work done on the property and we're about to, you know, be to the point where we're going to be able to list it for sale, we want to be able to go ahead and pre-market our property the same way as that, where we say like, hey, you know, this property is going to be available or whatever, so we can ideally get it sold as quickly as possible once we're all done. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Lastly, time is of the essence. This is saying that, hey, all the dates we have in here are like real. They're not just a joke. It literally means, you know, those days, everything like that. It's crazy that you have to put that in contracts, but you do for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have the final page of the actual agreement here where it says choice of law. It's saying that, hey, this is, you know, this agreement is enforced under the laws of where the property is located. So this would all be dictated by Texas law. We have memorandum of contract. This is saying that we can go ahead and execute a memorandum, which is basically where we let the county know, hey, we're purchasing this property. Again, we just do everything, you know, super above board. Electronic execution and counterparts. This is saying, hey, this agreement can be executed by DocuSign, right? I don't have to fly out to Dallas and you and me, you know, sit across from each other and sign something on an actual piece of paper. Buyer disclosure voluntary agreement. We just want to let you know that one of the members of my company is a licensed real estate agent and that we are an investor. We are looking to make money on this property. And then the last part just says that you have read and understand the terms of this agreement. You're entering into this willingly. I'm not, you know, standing in front of you with a knife saying, hey, Treva, you better sell me the house or anything like that.
All right. Okay.
So that is the full actual agreement. If you scroll down, that's where it's going to have, you know, your name, your email, where you'll actually be able to sign. And then just the very last page is an authorization to sign listing docs and offers. This is, again, for what we were talking about earlier. We always pre-market our properties. We want to be able to list them coming soon, things like that. And this just allows us to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. As I told you, purchasing the property, $130,000. We're covering all the closing costs. We're buying the property as is. And we'll close, get you paid on or before December 22nd of this year.
Okay, the closing costs, that includes exactly all the title companies.
Yep.
Everything that's involved, the mortgage company, all payments.
Yes.
Okay, as is, and is there also, talk to so many people, well, a few people, not so many, but a few, trying to see who is offering what. For instance, the cleaning and the cost of moving and things of that nature, where would that be listed?
Okay, so yeah, that's something we need to talk about. So the cleaning, everything like that, like I said, you don't have to do any of that. As far as the cost of moving, what is it that we're thinking about? Like paying for movers and anything of that nature?
Yes.
Okay. So what we need to figure out is, let's see here. The place you're planning on moving it's located still in Texas, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna correct this right now, and I'm gonna put into the additional terms and conditions.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say buyer to pay for a moving service for seller to transport belongings from property to any place. Now, you kind of have to be specific on these things. Is the place you're moving, is it going to be farther than 500 miles?
No, we're looking here in the Dallas area.
Okay. So then I'm going to put here, buyer to pay for moving service for seller to transport belongings from property to any place, or let's see here. I need to actually...
Well, actually, North Texas, because it may be in a suburb, so I should say North Texas.
That's all right. I'm just going to put within 250 miles.
Okay.
So, that's anywhere within like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Definitely won't be that far.
All right.
Yes, that's fine. That will work.
Okay, so I can get that added in. Besides that, is there anything else?
I have a car that I'm going to have towed because it's been in the driveway for a while now. It has a new motor, but I'm not sure if there's anything else. I just don't trust getting it across town to the shop, driving it. So I'm going to have it towed. It's the car where the limb fell through the sunroof.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have that repaired and to make sure that it's in good working order otherwise, because it has been sitting for a while.
Okay. All right. So how can we help?
Maybe towing fees?
So here, I can put in here, buyer to pay for transport. What kind of vehicle is it? Okay. I'm adding in same thing as,
okay.
It just buyer to pay for transport of 2009 Toyota Camry on premise to any address within 250 miles of this property.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of for now, but I do want to. I have a cousin who's a realtor, and also my cousin who's like my brother. He just went through the same thing. He didn't go through a as-is. It wasn't as-is sale, but he went through a realtor. I just want him to look over it once he's back in town from Thanksgiving on tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow, so I want him to look over it once he's returned.
Gotcha. So is it possible that you'd be able to send it to him to look at today?
I probably could.
Okay, because here's the thing is, if I buy this property, then, right now, let me look. I've got 6 other houses that I'm slated to look at this afternoon. But if I buy this one, I'm not buying those ones. So It's kind of something where, if I'm putting this out there, then it's kind of something I need to know about today.
Okay.
So if you'd like, is what I can do. Now, hold on. One thing I want you to do real quick is, will you exit out of the email and then go back into reviewing it and make sure that you can see what I've added in the additional terms and conditions?
Yeah, sure.
It's showing up on my end. I just want to make sure it shows up on yours too.
Okay, and then which section was I looking at? The 1.11?
It's the, oh, sorry. I was just, I was exporting as a PDF to send to you so you can easily send it. It's a 1.12. It's the very top of the second page where it says additional terms and conditions.
So 1.12.
1.12.
Why am I not seeing that?
It's the very top of the second page.
Second page.
It's just under where it has the Scotty Jane Holmes logo on the second page.
Okay. Additional terms and conditions.
Does it say in the box, buyer to pay for moving service, everything like that?
Is that under miscellaneous?
No, it'd be under additional, inside the box is where it should be. But the box might be showing up empty, which is what I'm worried about on your end.
I don't even see the box. I'm like,
Well, just scroll up to the very top. Just go to the very first page.
okay, I'm on the second page. So go back to the first page.
Yep.
Scotty Day Homes. I see this product contract.
Yep.
And I go down to, I see 1.1 property address.
Okay. So keep going all the way down to where go down to where there's the box that says 1.11 personal property to be.
Okay.
And now
keep blank.
Yep. Keep scrolling down to the next one where it says.
Next box.
Yeah, just the very next.
1.12 terms and additional terms and conditions. It's blank.
Okay, gotcha. So what I'm gonna do real quick is, give me a second here. I'm going to just basically resend the entire thing. Sometimes the correct feature doesn't work the way I want it to. So I'm just gonna make a copy of this. Let's see, let me make sure that this is correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it is all in here. It's just, I'm gonna make a copy of it and just resend it again. So you're gonna get a new email right now, and is the subject line, I'm gonna put at the very beginning, and it's gonna say like corrected.
Okay.
So you know that this is the right one. And it's everything else is the exact same, just the only thing that changed is just the additional terms and conditions. All right, so I just sent it to myself. Let me make sure that it comes across correctly. And it is not. A sec. Okay. All right, you're gonna get a new one right now. And then, like I said, it's the exact same. It's just the 1.12 change to where we're saying, hey, we're gonna pay for a moving service, and we're also gonna pay for the transport of the car.
Okay.
It's still loading. I'll tell you when it should send. Unable, what? What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Now you'll be getting an email.
Okay, let's see.
It'll just reply. I think it'll just reply right under the first one I sent you.
Refresh. Now I have to go out and come back in. I'm not seeing anything yet.
Yeah, just give it a sec.
Make sure it didn't go to spam. No updates. Nope. Nothing yet. Okay. I think this is it. Please. Well, dot two. So you wanted to make sure that those things were added?
Yep. I just want you to go in. Yeah, just go in and then.
Okay. Continue. Under additional terms and conditions, buyer to pay, moving service, the seller.
Perfect. Yep. There we go.
And buyer to pay, transport of 209 Toyota Camry. Okay.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So I have on here. When do you think that you'll be able to send it to? I'm sorry. You said it was your cousin.
I'm going to send it to him now. I'm not sure if he's in Florida or Atlanta, because he's in one or the other. I'm going to call him first to make sure he's available.
Perfect.
Maybe afterward, but I'll call him, make sure he's in, and let him know I'm sending it so he can look over it.
Cool. All right. Well, I have. I'm gonna send you a text, and I'm gonna keep this offer valid until 2 p.m. my time, which is in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Because after that, I have another appointment at 2:30 my time. Like I said, I've got a bunch of other properties to look at, and right, if something, for some reason this doesn't work out, I want to be able to be able to make a good offer on those properties. Okay, is that fair?
That is fair, I suppose.
All right. Well, just let me know. If you talk to him and he says, he's unable to go over it until, whenever, just keep me updated. Let me know, and I can adjust some things. But
all right. Well, let me see if I can get in contact with him, and if I don't or can't, I will let you know.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Treva.
Sure. Thanks. And all I need to do is just forward this to him.
Yeah. So is what he should be able to look at it. Yeah. Just forward it to him. And if for some reason he can't see it or anything, I'll just send you the PDFs.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Treva.
Uh-huh.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye-bye. Oof, I hate that. Not that I hate her having somebody look at it. Like, that's completely fine. It's a regular fucking contract. It's just, I always want to get shit signed right here and there, especially with somebody like her who has been very hesitant to make a decision. Is this recording gonna be posted? Yeah, I'm gonna chop up all of the conversations I have with this seller and I'll turn it into a YouTube video. But what I'm trying to do is I'm also gonna record myself selling the property, anything like that. All right, cool. So the other, on Tuesday, I held a call for my Inner Circle students where I said, hey, go ahead and submit your leads. I'll close them for you free of charge. And I ended up talking to this lady, built some rapport or whatever. So I was just like following up with her. Ended up, where she accepted my offer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this under contract for my dog, right? This isn't even for me. When we have another seminar on Thursdays, is one scheduled again soon? I don't know, man. I don't know if we're ever gonna do another one of those free classes. I mean, that was a ton of game that I was giving out for free. I was literally just like full blown showing people what to do. We helped a lot of people make a lot of money. Would you guys be interested if I did another free class? Would you guys want to come to that? If you guys do want to learn for free though, I did record an even more in-depth version of those free classes that I do. It's on YouTube, called Tyson Smith's Free Course. What do you do if you're virtual and your buyer wants to go see the property? I'm gonna let the buyer go see the property. I'm gonna let all my buyers go see this property. Can't be giving away the sauce for free, guys. I mean, I give away the sauce for free. Here's the deal is I want to show people how this works. I want them to go be successful because I have an end goal. Like, it's not like I'm doing this out of the kindness of my fucking heart. Like, I want to show you how to do this so you're successful so you and I do deals together, right? Because my end thing here is to make money, right? I'm not in it for the fucking likes and the follows. I'm in it to make money, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm showing people, how this stuff works. Because I want you to learn how to do this so that you either do deals with me or you start to make money and you want to learn how to scale and then you pay me for mentorship, right? I offered her too much just to get her to sign for content. No, this property is $150,000 dispo price all day long. So my exact underwriting on it, the ARV of this property is $250K, okay? It's a 1,400 square foot property. It's gonna cost $45,000 to get it to ARV. I have built in a $40,000 investor profit. That has my dispo price at $148K. If I text 5K people, how many decent leads would I get? Completely depends on what market. But yeah, technically my MAO is 128,565. But I mean, at 130, like if I only make 18K, well, I shouldn't say if I make 18K, if my student does. Aren't you nervous the buyer and seller speaking? No. What do you mean? Why? The buyer can't go around me. I have a legally binding contract. If I text 5K people, how many decent leads would I get in Arizona? Probably 30 to 50, depending on how loose you are, right? For me, any lead is somebody who responds to my text and says, yes, I'm interested in an offer. How much are you offering? Or I'll sell it for X. And as long as X is like within 10% of what Zillow says, that's a lead to me. I call them up, you'll get like 40-ish of those, right? And that should be enough to get a deal, 100%. All right, but yeah, so it's no problem to have the buyer and seller meet, right? Buyers are walking every single one of my properties I have under contract. When should we expect this video to be out? No pressure. I mean, it just depends. It depends if my student ends up wanting to JV it with me, because then I'll go find a buyer and I'll record that part of the conversation. But if he doesn't, then I'll just chop up what I have. Or also, guys, she has to sign first, right? I don't count my chickens before they've hatched. I've got a contract out and it looks good, but you never know. Maybe this fucking realtor cousin is gonna be like, fuck no, I'll list it for you, or whatever, right? So you never know. Why are you selling a course if wholesaling is so good? Why do you wanna make extra money if you're already making money? I've never understood when people ask questions like that, okay? Guys, so here's the deal. I know something that I'm really good at, right? I'm really good at it, and I'm even better at showing other people how to do it. And there are tons of people who want to pay me for that, right? Would you not sell them? Like, would you not try to help them out? On top of that, it only helps my wholesaling business if I teach other people how to do it, because I teach other people how to do it and then they bring me deals. Now, if people are willing to pay me to learn how to do it, why would I not do that? You know? Like, it doesn't hurt my business, it helps it, and it helps me help other people. Like, why? Like, you'd have to be pretty selfish not to do that, don't you think? Now, people will say, what I hear all the time is like, well, why don't you just do it for free then? Why do you make people pay? I have a free course on YouTube. Because you're ripping people off, wholesaling is free to learn? Yeah, that's what I just said, dude. It is free to learn. You can go learn everything you need on my YouTube for free. And I tell everybody, even the people who pay me for mentorship, everything you're gonna learn inside here is the exact same as what's on my YouTube. The difference is you're gonna get me to hold your hand. I'm gonna tell you what markets to be in. I'm gonna tell you what marketing to do depending on you. I'm gonna go ahead and analyze all your deals, and I'm gonna tell you how much to offer. I'm gonna help you find a buyer. I'm gonna analyze all of your offers from your buyers, and I'm gonna help you pick the one that's most legit. I'm gonna talk to the title company and deal with all of your fucking issues, right? That's the thing. If you want me to actually hold your hand, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay. I'm not gonna do that for free. Yes, everything you need is there for free if you want to go do it yourself. But if you want me to hold your hand, that costs money, okay? Now, if you do want me to hold your hand, I will guarantee that you'll close your first deal in 90 days. And if you don't, I will give you your money back, okay? If you're interested in that deal, hit the link in my bio. Dude, well, that's the thing. People are like, yeah, course sellers, whatever. But then the same people are like, oh, I just read fucking How to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? Or I went to college. It's like, dude, yeah, information costs money. All right, what's a good startup cost for this business and have you as a mentor? $5,000. You need a minimum of $2,500 to work with me as a mentor. But $5,000 puts you in a banging fucking spot, right? Here's another thing, is I do something where I've regularly taught people, right? I have students who have become literal fucking millionaires from what I've taught them how to do, okay? If I was gonna teach you how to do something where I'm guaranteeing you're gonna close your first deal, and my first deal is an average of $20,000. I don't know for certain, I can't say this like exactly, but I'm pretty sure if I went through and add up all of the verified deals that my students have submitted, it would even be over $20,000, right? If I'm gonna show you how to do something, I'm gonna guarantee you're gonna close that deal. Don't you think that'd be worth like fucking even half of what the deal would be if you're gonna double your money? That'd be the best investment of all time. And guess what? Mine's even less than that. Because you do have to put in work. Here's the deal. The reason why my students who pay me are so much more successful than people who just watch the YouTube videos is because then they have skin in the game, right? For me, I bought a course when I first got started because I put in all of my money and I knew I had to make it work, right? Whereas if people don't pay, if people are just like, no, just mentor for me for free and I'll pay you out of the deals I closed. Well, then you have no skin in the game. There's nothing to keep you working, right? Because some people will make the first call and they said no and it got hard and then they give up. As your student, if I find a property, would you be able to sell it and find a buyer? Yes. Guys, people in my inner circles, we help them do that all the time. We also vet everything for them, right? We vet all the contracts, all the offers, their buyers, everything. When do you put down EMD? Once the contract's signed, right? When she signed the contract, I'll go ahead, I'm gonna find a title company and then I'll go ahead and send them the EMD, right? I submit the contract to them. I say, hey, just got this deal under contract. I'm looking to assign it to an end buyer. Where do I submit my EMD? How many leads do you need to talk to close first deal in Arizona? Depends on where the leads are coming from. Texting, phone, cold calling, SMS, PPC, direct mail, right? They're all gonna be different. On SMS, it depends. For me, it's probably like 35, but I'm really good on the phone, right? Newbies, probably closer to 50, maybe even 60. Is this hard to do in Florida? No. Okay, here's what I need to say. It's hard to do anywhere, right? It's not like you're gonna call one person, close a deal, and make $20,000. You're gonna have to put in work. You're gonna have to call a lot of people. You're gonna have to make a lot of offers. However, for the amount of work you do, you get paid very, very, very handsomely, okay? A lot of people will go work 8 hours, like fucking looking at spreadsheets or whatever. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and they'll make like what, 50 grand a year? Like dude, if you spent 8 hours a day making offers every single day, you're easily gonna make $500,000 a year. How is finding a buyer in Arizona? Arizona is one of the easiest places to sell real estate, to sell discounted real estate. Like Arizona is one of the best markets for wholesaling real estate. Because there's a lot of flippers out here. There's a lot of flippers, there's a lot of inventory, there's a lot of properties that were built around the fucking 80s, 90s, early 2000s that are now come to the point where they're a little bit run down and they need work. Are pre-foreclosures best property to call? No. Pre-foreclosures are fine to call, but they're not any better than vacant properties or tax delinquent properties or properties with liens or tired landlords. All of those are good, right? There's no one best list or anything like that. Thoughts on doing land only? There's a reason I don't do it. Now look, every strategy works, right? I've got friends that only wholesale land and they make a fuck ton of money, right? But I just specialize in houses. I like houses. You wanna know why? Because the spreads on houses are way bigger. The average land deal is like 5 grand. Average house deal is 20. You have to do 4 land deals to make 1 house deal. With that being said, there's a reason why people wholesale land. There's money in it for sure, but it's a different beast. There are pros and cons to everything. What's your rehab cost estimations? Depends on the house, depends on where it's at, how much work it needs, what the ARV is. For instance, that property that I sent the offer on, I estimated it at $40 a square foot. What's the best list to pull if you want to qualify people for novations or seller finance off market? Why are you specifically looking to do seller finance or novations? Guys, for me, I think focusing on a particular exit strategy, unless it's like seller finance or sub 2 because you want to build a rental portfolio, is the wrong way to do it. First, you should get really good at cash wholesaling, okay? And then you become a transactional engineer, where depending on the lead, what that person needs in their situation, for instance, let's say that there's somebody who wants to sell, but they want too much money for their property, but they don't have a mortgage. Okay, boom, seller finance. Let's say they really want to sell, but they don't have equity in their property. Boom, subject to. Let's say they really want to sell, but they don't want to deal with a realtor and their house is in good shape. Okay, novation. But those cases right there are like less than 15% of the leads you're going to get, right? 85% are going to be people who cash deals. So it's like, that's not a very high lever to pull in my opinion until you get to a point where you're really good at just cash wholesaling. How do you deal with sellers and buyers out of state? Exactly like I'm doing right now, right? So this girl's in Dallas. I sent her the contract over DocuSign. Once she gets it signed, I'm gonna go on fucking Craigslist and I'm gonna hire somebody to go take photos of the house, assuming I can't get her to take photos, right? I'm just gonna call, basically once it's signed, I'm gonna say, hey, I need you to send me pictures of the house. I'm gonna send you a checklist of all the pictures I need. She's gonna send them to me. I'm then gonna go find cash buyers. I'm just gonna pull a list of cash buyers, go on InvestorList, whatever I need to do, find cash buyers, find all the big investors in Dallas, Texas. Spoiler alert, that's not fucking hard. I'm gonna send them all the information. I'm gonna get like probably 10 people who are interested. I'm gonna set a time for all those people to go look at the house. I'm gonna take the best offer. How's the peptide company looking? Peptide company is banging, Probably should launch. Here's the problem. I probably will have everything ready to launch this week, but right now is a really bad time to launch a company like this because it's like Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Instead, I'll probably wait to launch it first week of January. Especially, that's a really good time to launch because people are like New Year's resolution. They want to get healthy. They want to get fit. They want to change their lives. So I'll probably do a really big marketing push on it first week of January. And I'll probably just drop it like just to like my people, like people on my email list, people on my text list. And I'll probably just send it to them. But everything's set up, everything's working. Is what I'm doing right now is I'm working with a team of doctors and other healthcare professionals to design a quiz so that anybody who's interested in peptides or TRT, they can take a quiz and it'll tell them exactly which ones that you should probably get. And then from there, they'll be able to order them or they can get on a call with a doctor to make sure it's right for them, right? Dude, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. It's been a lot of work, but it's gonna fucking kill it. Guys, you know what I've been eating for lunch every single day that I'm pretty excited to eat right now? 4 eggs that I kind of like steam. Basically, I put them in a pan with some butter and then I put like a shot glass, like half a shot glass of water in there and I cover it and it like cooks the eggs from the steam. And then I take that out and I just cover it with a fuck ton of cottage cheese and honey. And it's like the most filling meal of all time. You eat 4 eggs and like a pretty, like probably like at least a full cup of cottage cheese and honey. Dude, those are like 3 of the most satiating foods of all time, bro. I'll be full until like, so I'll eat that right now. It's like 12. I'll be full until like 6. Guys, I've been going on runs. I went on a run this morning and I went on a run yesterday and it is insane. Like how good you feel after a run. It fucking sucks actually running and it's super hard, especially in my neighborhood because I live on a mountain and it's very hilly, right? I'm always like fucking running up hills and shit. It's super hard, but you feel so good afterwards. All right, how do you do a deal with 10 occupied houses? That's where it depends. Like for instance, right now, so there's really 2 things. You either sell it to somebody who's a landlord who wants to have tenants involved, or if you're selling it to a flipper, you have to figure out a way to get the tenants out. So right now, I have these 2 properties in Tennessee that everybody who wants them to flip, right? But they have leases. They have tenants in there that are in there till like May, and everybody wants the tenants out. So what I'm doing to get the deals done is called a cash for keys agreement, where I talk to the tenants and I say, hey, I know your lease is up in May. How about I give you $2,500 and you leave fucking in January and you get them out, right? Because if I'm gonna make a $20K assignment fee, I give them $2,500 out of that, boom, I'm still making good money. How many deals you close a month? Depends on the month, man. I aim to make between 50 to 150K a month with the wholesale business, right? That's the goal. Averages out to like 85K a month, make $1 million a year. That's the goal with the wholesale business. I'm not, I've been making about $1 million a year wholesaling since my first full year in wholesaling, right? I got started in May of 2020. Between May and December 31st, 2020, did just shy of 400K. My very first year, it wasn't even a full year. My very next year, 2021, when it was a full year, did over $1 million. And I've always wanted to keep it around there. I have tried to scale past it and failed every single time I have. With that being said, you can scale past $1 million a year wholesaling, 100%. However, I've realized that there are better business models to work on that. So basically I have wholesaling, make $1 million a year, and then that can fund investments, rental properties, Airbnbs, whatever the fuck it is you're interested in. Do you use the underwriter strat or can you live negotiate? It depends. With some people, I do the underwriter strat, especially if I'm looking at the deal and I don't have like a good feel for the numbers and I feel like I need to look at it closer while I'm not on the phone. But if I just like already know what it is, I'll just live negotiate on the phone. But it depends on the seller, depends on the deal. Okay, can you do this remote? I only do it remote, right? That house that I just made an offer on is in Dallas. I'm in Arizona. I'm never gonna go to Dallas to see the property. I'm never gonna meet the seller in person. I'm never gonna meet the buyer in person. Can you send EMD after inspection? Depends on what contracts you use. Some contracts say when EMD is deposited. Mine doesn't. Now I just send it right away, but that just depends what's specified in your agreement. All right, okay, I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go make lunch. However, once I get this contract signed, or if I don't, you guys will hear an update on it. Either way, there's some good lessons in that phone call. So we'll turn it into a YouTube video. But ideally, my student will want to JV it with me, and then I can also get all the videos of me like negotiating with buyers and anything else like that. But anyway, look, if you guys want to close your very first wholesale real estate deal in the next 90 days, guaranteed or your money back, hit the link in my bio. That does cost money. It's a mentorship. I'm going to hold your hand the entire way. I'm going to pick a market for you. I'm going to build a marketing strategy for you. I'm going to analyze all your deals. All you have to do is make offers. You make offers, you get the deal under contract. I'm going to help you find a buyer for it. Everything you need to close your very first deal in 90 days or less. Guaranteed. That costs money. If you want to learn for free, go to my YouTube channel. I have everything on there of exactly what you need to do to get started. Like I said, if you're interested in the mentorship, hit the link in my bio, learn more there. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys later. Now you just watched a raw, real negotiation with a real seller without any scripts or role play. This is how deals actually get done. And this is the kind of stuff we go over inside the inner circle, where you get direct access to me, weekly calls, deal analysis, and sometimes I'll even hop on your leads myself and do the heavy lifting for you. So if you want that level of support and you're serious about closing your first deal in the next 90 days, I'll leave a link down below where you can apply and see if you qualify. But if you're not ready for that yet, and you just want to learn how to get good at these calls yourself, I have a free hour-long training right here on YouTube. It breaks down my entire wholesaling system step by step, from how to find deals, how to talk to sellers, how to close, all of it. So if you want that one, the video should be popping up on the screen right about now. Go ahead and watch it, and I'll see you on the next one.